Building up to the Wangaratta derby, it's the Rovers taking on the Magpies here at a pretty healthy Normins Oval, I have to say. Pretty good coverage right around the Normins in terms of crowd. The packed house in here on a Sunday. Who would have thought playing the derby on a standalone day would draw a big crowd? That's what I like to see. Blake Panteres got with you. Gus McLeod, we got Dan Vaccaro, and Bobby Jackson is out on the deck at the Normins Oval. What are conditions like out on the ground, Bobby?
Mate, they're not too bad, actually. There's a little bit of a breeze blowing to the Evans Street end, which we'll keep an eye on throughout the day. So it's probably maybe a 1 or 2 goal advantage already, sort of just starting to pick up a little bit as we speak. Underfoot, it's good. As we saw in the second grade game, the reserves, it was a high-quality game and there's no slipping or falling over. So I expect no excuses for the players today, but both the sides are going through their warm-up routines here and look pretty sharp as the umpires have just called the captains to come to the centre for the toss. So we'll
cross back to you in a second.
We'll cross back to me in a sec, boys.
Bobby
Perfect out here, boys. Perfect.
Dan Vaccaro, who are we taking a look at on the 40-wing stat sheet today?
Thank you, Panda. For Wangaratta, Magpies, Alex Federico, we're taking his numbers. Jackson Clark, who's been in good touch this year, 21.5 disposals per game. Brad Melville as well. Aiden Tilly, we're going to take his. And out of respect, I'm going to be taking Dan Sherrick's numbers because I want to see how he goes. 464 days out, Dan Sherik. He's an absolute superstar. And for Wangaratta Rovers, Sam Murray will be taking his numbers, of course. 30 disposals per game. Charlie Thompson as well, superstar. Kieran Parnell, who's back in the team. Brody Pho as well, and I'll be taking Ed Damon's numbers.
Got the toss, Bobby?
Yeah, the toss. The milestone man, Mickey Bourdignon, has won the toss, and he's kicking to the Evans Street end of the ground with a little bit of a tail breeze behind him in this first quarter, which a good start to the day for the milestone man. 200 games for his footy club, and good luck to him today.
I like it. Good luck to Michael Bourdignon. First term, not too far away for A-grade oils and batteries here on O&M Live, where you're listening to us on 2AY, Edge FM, or watching on O&M Snapprint Solutions TV. Reese Rayner is your cameraman today. He's one of the best in the business. All right, Dan, over to you. Who wins the derby today and why?
I am going to do something I don't usually do. I'm going to change my tip today.
You're a changer,
I usually stick with my tips, but I'm going to go for an upset today. I reckon Wang Magpies are going to win by a goal, and I reckon just the inclusion of Dan Sherik is going to lift the other boys as well. They're going to get it done today.
All righty. Bobby J, who are you feeling today in the derby?
I'm feeling the Rovers are starting to get their list back together. The fact that Parnell's back in today, Murray's back in today. I feel as though they're just starting to say, right, let's start to get serious, get fair dinkum with a run into the finals. So I'm going to stick with the Rovers today.
Gussie?
I tipped the Rovers, and I will stick with them, but I do genuinely give the Magpies a red-hot crack. I think this is going to be one of the more even derbies we've seen in a very long time. I hope we're right. Tradition normally says, Pan, at the second rendition of the derby is a bit of a fizzer, but I reckon both these sides have got so much to play for today. The Magpies, they're only a win off top spot, Panda. They will still internally believe they can come out and win the minor premiership and give themselves a real double chance. And the Rovers, they're going to look to go a game clear and just breathe fire down the rest of the competition's neck. So 10 points either way, bring on the derby.
I'm going to pick the Rovers in a tight one.
Didn't you pick Magpies?
I did, yeah, but I like to bet each way on the podcast as well. I just think the Rovers are too good. In saying that, though, I think the Magpies are one of the only sides that can actually beat the Rovers. They've shown that they can. They match up well across the ground. Gussie hopefully can get through the derby. He's coughing his guts up here in the bird box, so hopefully he can get through to the final siren.
Mickey Mouse
with the Diff Lamb spray. You've got a Monster Energy drink.
I've got everything.
You literally have everything. The only thing you haven't had yet, which you love, is the Nodos.
I've had 2.
Okay, there you go.
Had 2.
There you go. We're not too far away at all. Bobby?
Yes, mate.
Are you noticing no players have really lined up on each other yet, but if you can keep in touch with some matchups, please, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I
Where's
will.
Dan Sherik?
Tom Boyd's gone forward, boys, but it looks like Matty Grossman's going to him. So there we go. First one for the day.
Dan Sherik must be on the field.
Go on the goal square.
He's going on the goal square.
And he is going to the goal square, which is good to see. First game in over 460-odd days. Gussie, I really hope you can get through with us, mate.
Mate, I'll be Mickey Mouse, mate. Don't you worry about me.
I tell you
Please
what.
be, because I can't call Gus.
I feel like going down to listen to Dan call.
First quarter about to get underway here in the derby. For A-grade oils and batteries, here's Gussie McLeod. It's the Rovers and the Pies.
On 2AY, Edge FM and Snapprint Solutions TV, welcome to the Wangaratta Rovers taking on the Magpies. Catapan got the first clearance away onto Damon inside 50. And Will Christie, uncontested, marks 25 from home, slight angle. And I tell you what, it was kamikaze football from the Rovers, but it works out all right.
Yeah, a bit of a surge mentality there for the first bounce of the game, and that just momentum moving the ball forward. And the big fella, he was on the receiving end of a nice little handball from Sen Catapan.
It looks like he's going to want to snap across his body here. The angle's fairly okay, but Will Christie makes certainty of it. Snaps across his body, and within 45 seconds, the Rovers kick the first. They lead 1 straight 6 to the Magpies yet to score. It's on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard called 1-800-GET-GAME.
Yeah, that was a fantastic finish there, and what a start by Wangaratta Rovers. Straight out of the middle, exactly what they were. First clearance, first inside 50. Had Damon getting his hands on the footy early as well. Fantastic start for the Rovers.
Alrighty, so the Wangaratta derby underway inside the first 30 seconds with big Will Christie, who has nailed his 27th goal in season 2025. Playing as a permanent forward. He has never played forward in his life other than resting the big ruckman. And he's playing as a permanent one this year. Knowles and Damon, a stalemate. Catapan almost had his head ripped off. Somehow got it back to Damon. A high up and under out of the middle. Might bring rain. Oh, flying high was Cooper. Made a contest at ground level. Norton with the buzz cut. Couple of new haircuts out there for the derby. A few of the boys knowing the occasion. Of course, lots of people here in the venue and lots of people watching and listening. Got to look fresh, Gussie. Ball up. Knowles. Down to Thompson. Going past it to give away a high free kick. He did. And it's going to be a free kick to the Pies out on the far side. It's Waitai-Tua.
The Magpies have gone with Sherik and Clark as the two twin towers in their attacking end, so keep an eye on that. Long down the line was Hewitt. His second game as senior footy, back in from the bushies. Turned it over. Allison on a Catapan on the Ovens River side. Allison for the Rovers. Long down the line. Christie in front. Well done, Hewitt. Bashed the contest. Fed it back onto Melville. Now Barrett comes in board. Fraser Ellis at centre-half back for the Magpies. Has the runner in Grossman. Grossman's handball was poor, but it works out okay. Federico made it look better than what it was, and now it's with Richards. Richards inside 50. Big contest forms. Well done from Tilly. Trying to chase this is Jackson Clark. Head over the contest. Here's Dan Sherik. Was he pushed in the back? Umpire said no, and the Rovers retreat.
Brody Pho kicks the ball down the wing. Has a lot of Sam Murray, who need it to Matty Grossman, and then ripped him over the boundary line with a tackle. Ever seen anyone knee a ball to himself before, Bobby J, boundary side for Cora Tiles?
No, that was unique. I think he was just hedging his bets there to see if he can get into some space, but didn't mind if it went out of bounds either.
Is it a stat, you reckon?
I'll write him down. Boundary thrown was a bit wayward. Ellis, left foot, swings it around the corner to half forward. Pushed off the contest there was Joel Smith. Somehow smothered Dan Sherrick's kick and then wanted a free kick. Umpire says no play on it. We'll have a stoppage. 45 metres out from Magpie goal. We've played 3 minutes. Opening term for A-grade oils and batteries. Macca's time clock. The Rovers lead 6-0.
Up goes the footy. 45 from Magpies goal. Damon kicks it straight to Bob Jackson out of bounds on the full for Corowa Tiles.
Just a quick one, boys. The matchup with Tom Boyd and Matty Grossman is one that I might keep a bit of an eye on there, because I think every time the ball hits the ground, Matty Grossman's going to take off like a scalded cat. But in flip side, the Rovers will probably look for that matchup deep where, Tommy Boyd's got a distinct height advantage.
Here's Ellis, plays on for the Magpies, kicking to the Evans Street end, high up and under. Tilly made a good contest alongside Charles Ledger, out of bounds for a boundary throw. And we go to Dan Vaccaro for some 40-wing stats.
Yeah, it's been a really good start, and Ed Damon, I know he kicked that one out in the full, but he just looks really dangerous in the ruck early days. He's up to 3 disposals, and he's had 2 clearances as well, so he's a superstar that looks ready to explode today as well.
Noldy's had a really good month, so I'm looking forward to that matchup.
Great matchup.
Vitally important. Boundary throw-in. Craven, who was the star in round 1 on Sam Murray, he also kicked 3 goals, almost got boot to it. O'Brien grabbed straight away by that man Craven. We'll have a stoppage, 20 out from Magpie goal. Ball up, quick throw up. Good to see. Knowles, Laverty in there. McQuaid jammed it out of the stoppage. First there, Philo at half back, grabs it. He's got Ellis for trouble, who pushed him in the back over the boundary line. The umpires paid out of bounds on the full, Bobby J. A free kick to the Pies.
Certainly was. Sorry, boys. I was just racking up a touch. I was just chasing the footy. So
Too many 40 winks, Bob.
2 already today. Whew.
Not a best kick from Ellis. It's inside 50 now with Federico for the Pies.
What a
Throws
finish.
it on the boot for a steal-on goal today. Opportunistic at its best, and the Preston Prince levels the scoreboard here thanks to game, traffic and contracting. That is one of the goals of the day, Dan.
By Alex Federico, and you expect nothing less from a player of his talent as well. So he started the game off well, 3 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet and a goal for him early days. And boys, am I missing something, or has the outer back, as in the back rule, just gone? Because I've seen 2 this game already,
yeah, the
and they haven't called it. The Dan Sherik one was blatant, and that one then with Philo. So in the back, not a rule.
What a finish from Federico, who kicked the ball a lot better than I heard he drove the ball on the golf course at Lonsdale Links the other day. He lost 10 balls.
Lonsdale Links?
Yep, lost 10 balls at a corporate function, I hear.
Where's the Lonsdale Links?
Not sure, but my information has come from somewhere down in Melbourne.
Good on you, Zachy Guilfoyle.
He's a good man. Didn't have the best day on the course, but he started the derby on fire. Almost got a free kick for a hold. We'll have another stoppage in the middle of the ground.
Just a quick one, boys. That shot on goal by the Preston Prince, that you could just see the breeze just drifted that through a little bit. So there's a little bit in this once the ball gets up a little bit.
It came back beautifully, a draw. Something he couldn't do with the driver. Thompson. Ellis worrying him out of it. Craven trying to barge his way through. Murray's tried to fend off about 4. That had to be holding the ball. O'Brien shot a hand pass out wide to Smith, who was pushed heavily off the footy, holding the ball. A big crunching tackle there. Was it Tyler Norton? I reckon actually it was Blake Newton.
Nah, it could be Batten Panda.
It's Tyler Norton.
Tyler Norton.
I was right the first time. Goes short to Ellis, on to Melville, who flicked it over the top to Cam Barrett.
In a bit of traffic now, back onto Melville, 55 from home. Top of the goal square, trying to find Tilly. Back with courage. Great mark from Aiden Tilly, and what a kick from Squid Melville.
Squid's a quality player and got himself in the right spot at the right time there as a midfielder pushing forward. And the drift of the ball, as we spoke about that last shot on goal, that helped Aiden Tilly with being on the back shoulder of his opponent, and that just drifted over nicely.
Mawson's concrete mark of the day from Aiden Tilly. Looking to kick his 21st of the season, point blank range. And the Maggies have got the lead back here on O&M Live. 2 straight to 1 straight. And this has been a really exciting first term thanks to A-grade oils and batteries.
Yeah, and what a hot start by Wangaratta, and there's just no surprise when you get the ball in the hands of your most talented footballers. That's what's going to happen. Squid Melville there with the 1-2 and a good option inside forward 50, and Aiden Tilly, one of the better players in the ovens. And Murray just makes no mistake in those situations as well. So a really good start. 4 inside 50s for them early days. Federico, Melville, Tilly all getting their hands on the footy early as well. So hot start by Wang.
Would have thought he was odds on to play in defence today, Aiden Tilly, with Cooper, Boyd and Christie all down there.
Well, Josh Tweedale's been playing a bit in defence in weeks gone by. I reckon as a test case for this exact scenario.
I like it. Damon out of the middle again, and here come the Rovers. Jams it on the boot out of the middle of the ground. Cooper and Boyd on tussle, 40 out from goal. Swooping on this ball was McMonagle. Touched, and it's through for a minor score on the goal line. And we'll have a restart here for the Magpies. So the Rovers go to 1-1-7. To the Pies, 2 straight 12. Just trying to find who actually kicked that ball. I think it was Noah Schulte, in fact, Gussie, as the Pies take the kick in quickly.
The ball's at half back now. I was going to say, I thought Harry McMonagle was out, Pandy. You really spooked me for a second.
It was Noah Schulte. Spooked myself.
One on, gents.
Dan Vaccaro put him down for a 40 winks. Fraser Ellis, dangerous switch across goal. Cooper flew high for the Rovers, brought it front and centre. Well done there by Hewitt across half back. Now the ball's in dispute. The Rovers are going to try and pounce here. Hewitt's got some work to do, the 16-year-old, on hands and knees. The Rovers are going to force a stoppage, and they get it now. Gee, that was a dangerous switch, Bob.
Yeah, well, that's the way they sort of want to start the day, is get that ball across the lanes and get some open footy on the other side. So, yeah, high risk, high reward.
Ball up, just taken out of the ruck by Knowles, who clears defensive lines, trying to find Hayden. Well done there from Richards in a bit of traffic. Put Hayden under the pump. Richards once again just handballs towards grass. The Rovers via Philo mop things up. Not Brody's best kick. Impacting the contest there was Rigoni. The Magpies now get their hands on the Sharon once again. Knowles just tries to pump it long. Gee, this is Scrappy. O'Brien, Philo, umpires put the whistle away. Now it's Shagger Nolan. High up and under, goes further backwards than it did in the air. Big contest forms. Clark feeds it on to Ellis. Ellis for the Magpies to centre half forward. Nice mark out in front, Aiden Tilly. And I reckon he's going to back himself in. He's going to have to kick this from 55. He burnt the lead from Xavier Laverty, and after a real ugly 3 or 4 plays of footy there, Aiden Tilly's going to have a shot, Bob.
Yeah, he backed himself as soon as he took the mark, didn't he? He sort of went back with authority.
He's going to kick from 55, slightest of angles to the Evans Street end. It's going to be a big bopper from Tills if he can get it. Strikes it okay. It's fading across the line, and it's touched for a minor score. Bit too far for Aiden Tilly. The Magpies 2-1-13. The Rovers 1-1-7 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. 10 minutes gone here on O&M Live. Thanks to Maccas.
Looking super dangerous. Aiden Tilly, 2 marks already around that goal mouth as well, so he's looking really good. But Ed Damon is taking the you-know-what at the moment. 5 disposals for him and 3 clearances out of the middle as well.
Xavier Allison, so calm with the kick-in duties. Goes out wide to the Ovens Riverside. Bordinon got a fist to it as Cooper was just about to mark it, and we'll have it thrown back in. 65 metres out from Magpie goal. Any matchups that you can find downstairs, Bobby, for Coratiles?
Yeah, there is one. Lockie O'Brien and Squid Melville. The Squid Melville's lined up across half-back, and Lockie O'Brien went straight to him across the half-back for that last centre bounce.
Deft tap there from Damon down to Rigoni. Hurried kick into the middle of the Norm Mins. O'Brien and Melville go head-to-head. Melville caught one high. Umpire put the whistle away, and Noah Schulte got away with one there. We'll have a stoppage to the right of the centre circle in the middle of the Norm Mins. Really good crowd in here on a Sunday. Wangaratta Derby edition number 2. Melville, kick smothered onto the Preston Prince Federico. Floats one to half forward onto the chest to Jackson Clark. In the blue boots resting forward. He's got Tilly on a lead in the pocket. Ignores it. Goes short instead to Nick Richards, who floated forward unmanned. And he will have to kick this every
50.
bit of 50. And he's got a 50, so he doesn't need to, Bobby.
I'm not sure what that was for. Might have been, Xavier Ellison might have just encroached the mark there, but a little bit tiki touch with there. But just on the Frenchman, the milestone man, Michael Bordinon, just over the far side as we watch Richards kick this goal.
He's going to pop it through, and the Magpies have got 3 on the bounce after the Rovers kick one inside 30 seconds. 3-1-19 to the Rovers 1-1-7, Bobby.
Just back to Michael Bordinon, on the far side, it was a really important exit from Xavier Allison, and that I think it was Nathan Cooper hitting the ball up. How many times over the 200 games have we seen him just getting that arm in and getting the spoil in and getting it across the boundary line for a restart? You know, very undersized in a key defensive role, but he always comes up big every week, doesn't he?
Geez, they're looking good. Wang, Magpies at the moment, and Rovers, just some of their players got to get their hands on the footy. Charlie Thompson has only had the 1 disposal so far in the 40-wing stat sheet. Kieran Parnell yet to touch the footy as well. So a couple of their players need to start showing up here because Wang are looking good.
3-1-19 to 1-1-7. 13 minutes gone here for Maccas. The Rovers win the clearance up to half forward. Trying to make something of this is Cooper. Fed it backwards to McCarthy. Thompson retreating via hands are the Rovers. Now it's with Allison. Normally a good kick inside 50, but that's well read by his counteracting partner in Cam Barrett, who switches and he finds Melville, the Magpies, at centre half back. This is nice. Wangaratta bring it out to the broadcast side. Chipping long down the line, trying to find Hayden. Made a good contest. Clark had hot fingers, regathered the footy. Now back onto Matt Hayden. Wangaratta long down the line, trying to find Tilly. He got a bad bounce. Impacting the contest was Smith. Now it's at ground level. Big crunching tackle from Dan Sherik. Welcome back, Dools. And we'll ball the footy up 45 metres from Magpie goal.
19 playing 7 here on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. Magpies up. We played 13 minutes opening term. The Rovers just look a little off. Bit fumbly in their own defensive half. Outside of Ed Damon, just a little sleep at the wheel here in the Wang Derby. We'll have another stoppage in the exact same spot as previous. Damon trying to edge Tweedale under the footy. Craven rips Murray down to the ground. Plenty of players around the pill. Stacks on. We'll have another ball up. Right in front of you, Bobby. 55 out from Magpie goal. Blake Pandarescott with you and Gus McLeod. All thanks to the Northo Hotel. That'll be packed after this, Gussie boy.
Won't we look forward to getting in there this evening? Ruck contest, Tweedale. Give it to him. Nolan for the Rovers with a high up and under. Didn't really gain any territory. Oh, McCarthy.
Wow.
Just flew across the pack. Reminded me of John O'Brien and Nick Rewalt. Just flying across with no real care for his own body. But his kick didn't remind me of John O'Brien. It was turned over. Paddy Wright, who's emerging as a young defender in this competition. He retreats and he finds Waitai Tua inboard. Brad Melville racking up the 40 wings onto Matty Grossman. His handball was okay. Kicked out wide by Norton. Not the best kick, but it's to the advantage of Laverty. Suiting the left footer inside 50 goes Xavier. Sitting in the hole nicely. Kieran Parnell intercepting for the Rovers. Tied up in the back pocket. And the Magpies are just playing with a free style of footy here, Panda. But but they're just not being able to hit the scoreboard as frequently as they'd like.
Inside 50 numbers, Dan. 15 minutes gone for 40 winks.
Yeah, and Wangaratta Magpies have had the 8 inside 50s. Wangaratta Rovers just with the 4, Panda.
I feel like they're struggling to get their hands on the footy. The Rovers doing a lot of defending here in the opening quarter. Christie got his arms chopped, I thought, out on the far side. Melville almost missed his boot. In fact, he just got a little feather on it because the umpire has called out of bounds in the full. And a free kick to the Rovers out on the far side. It's going to be Charlie Thompson, the recipient, the number 1 contested player in the competition, averaging 17 contested disposals. Goes laterally to Murray, who runs into his own D50 and runs right into trouble. Has to handball it. The Rovers calmly go out wide. This is Catapan, still at half back. They've moved the footy all but 2 metres, the Rovers. Going to go long down the wing. That's not good.
How many on the fulls today?
That's out of bounds on the
already.
full. And a free kick to the Pies on centre wing. They lead 19-7. Game traffic and contracting scoreboard. We played 16 minutes for Maccas.
So the Magpies have got it in the hands of Melville. How many for Brad on the 40 winks?
Yeah, he's up to 8 disposals, Gussie.
Goes short to the captain, the co-captain, Jackson Clark, with a penetrating inside 50. Laverty, the target, brought it front and centre. Craven was run down as he went to kick. Catapan got taken high. Umpire ignored it. Dan Sherik escapes himself out of jail there. We'll get a stoppage deep in the attacking 50 for the Magpies. They'd love another one here, but the Rovers' defence must stand up. Damon in the ruck, didn't make great connection. Ball goes out of bounds for a throw-in 15 metres out from goal. Bobby J, Corowa Tiles.
Yeah, that wind, boys, is you can just see with the Sam Catapan kick out of bounds on the full, it really held up and got carried across the boundary line. And in return, that inside 50 from the Rovers, it really had some carry on it. Magpies had some carry on it, so there's a bit in it, I think.
Catapan and Murray around this football. Clark, opportunistic, picks it up, and his quick snap across goal was through for a minor score. That was too easy for Clark, able to bust his way through there and probably should have finished in the end. The Pies doing all the attacking, move to 3-2-20 to the Rovers 1-1-7. The game, traffic and contracting scoreboard. We played 17 minutes. Give us your best, Dan, for 40 minks.
Yeah, just some of the Rovers players aren't giving us their best at the moment. Panda, Sam Murray, just the 4 disposals, but hasn't really gotten in any space. Charlie Thompson as well, yet to really have an impact. Kieran Parnell and Philo. So they just haven't really shown up yet. And then on the flip side, Wangaratta Magpies, Jackson Clark, 6 disposals, Brad Melville, 8. Federico's had the 5 and a goal as well. So
I don't
they've shown up.
I don't know if they're playing a zone or whether it's man on man, but there's an invisible wall at halfway, and the Rovers just cannot penetrate it at present. Let's see if this man can do something about it. The coach, Sam Murray, he's got it across left half back. Raking left foot kick goes the coach, trying to find Christie. He brought it front and centre. Stone fumbled, then regathered. Handballed in board. This is better. McCarthy onto Thompson, the non-preferred left. Long down the line, chopped out nicely. Too easy once again by Paddy Wright. Grossman wants to switch and open up the fat side. Waitai Tua needs a good bounce. Tied up on the boundary in front of the club rooms here at the showgrounds. Chipping the ball inboard, and he finds Federico between fullback and halfback for the Magpies.
My fantasy captain, the Preston Prince, goes out wide to Clark, who jumped stationary and dropped the mark. Parnell intercepts for the Rovers. Burner player in the middle of the ground. It was a poor kick. Might work out all right. Wilson floats in across. Left foot snap, misses. Everything across the face. Great pressure coming across for the Wangaratta Magpies. I reckon it was Paddy Wright who's up at a couple of really good moments in this opening term.
Been good.
And we'll have a boundary throw in adjacent to the behind post, deep into attack for the Rovers. They trail 20-7 for game traffic and contracting.
I thought Paddy Wright was excellent last week on Noah Spiteri. Spitzy still did some Spitzy things, but he did a pretty good job.
Hey, don't talk down about our man Spitzy next to his best mate, please.
No, don't worry about Spitzy. He'll be in the Hall of Fame next week if Dan has his list come to fruition.
I'm surprised he wasn't in there.
He won't even have to retire, you know. Monty will just break the rules and put him in whilst he's playing if Dan gets on the panel. Up goes the Sharon. Here's Thompson just trying to invent something. Handballs back to Christie. Kick was smothered off the boot. Catapan slid in. Fed the hands to McCarthy. Can the Rovers hit the scoreboard? They can't. Well, they can with a minor score. Grossman sees it across and he plays on quickly out to the Ovens River side. 20-8's the Magpies lead, but the ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. 19, almost 20 minutes gone here for Maccas on O&M Live, and the Magpies still maintaining a strong lead. 3-2-20 to 1-2-8.
Bobby, what's happened off the ball here?
I think they're just working out whether it was off the knee or off the hand in regards to out of bounds on the full. I think that the knee and the hand were very close together, so I'd just throw it in, boys, and let's get cracking. So just back to your comment before, Gus, about the imaginary line across half forward. I think it's a work rate thing, because once you said that, I sort of looked up the ground a little bit to see what was going on forward of the footy, and Rovers, there was not a lot of movement, so they're pretty stagnant. So I just think it's a work rate thing at the moment for the Rovers.
Damon got Knowles out of the way and almost tried to grab it out of the ruck, wasn't able to. We'll have a stoppage in between the centre square and 50 in attack for the Rovers. Only the one goal in the opening term here to the Rovers. It was the first through Will Christie, and the Pies have kicked the last three. Dylan Stone able to work through a little bit of traffic, and then maybe it's somebody else's problem. Paul was ripped off the footy. He's been pinged for a throw. And the Magpies through Dan Sherik, his first real possession. He's going to switch it to the broadcast side. And Barrett slipped over and still marked it. A Mawson's concrete mark and slip of the day for Cam, the boy from Balranald. He goes short to Matty Hayden on a good lead on the wing.
Big shout out to the Barretts. Cam's old man gave him an absolute serving at the gate.
Deserved.
But it was a bit of a backhanded compliment because he said he likes what we do.
Oh.
How clever was that from Federico? Dinky one on to Max Bean, but Max went the drop punt and it went to the near side for a minor score. Wangaratta 3-3, the Rovers 1-2. Bobby J, thanks to Corowa Tiles. How was the little toe poke from the Preston Prince?
He's very royal at the moment with his disposals, isn't he, the Prince? But just a quick one on Dylan Sherik. He's working his bum off trying to get into the game. Every now and then he just gets himself caught in the wrong position. But he's made 2 or 3 really important tackles where Divac's probably keeping those stats. But he's getting himself into the game defensively, which is great to see.
So Parnell marks deep in defence, goes by hand to Catapan, and his kick was smothered by Laverty, who has a chance for the Magpies. Flicks it over the top here to Marjanovic, was tackled in the pocket straight away, caught holding the ball. Tell you what, they're making hard work of it at the moment, the Rovers, but Parnell was able to win it back. Had to, because the Magpies could have made him look really silly. He goes short to Dylan Stone, 10 metres out from his own defensive line. O'Brien's fumbled a really easy opportunity, then he's in trouble, had to get it by hand, and the Rovers clear it as far as they can out on the far side. Big pack, boarding on, and Cooper in a wrestle with boards takes the Mawson's concrete mark of the day. 21 plays 8, Magpies up, 22 played for Maccas.
Look at the Rovers, they got no one to kick to because the Magpies are working hard behind the ball and they're setting up defensively so well. Right on cue, here's Hewitt. Just wrestled off the ball there by Allison. Now Tom Boyd. Haven't called him today with a grubber inside 50. Ellis is in the hole. Murray's resting forward. Tackles. Umpire says, you're gone. Holding the ball, free kick. I reckon Sam Murray almost bullied the umpire into giving that one, Bobby J. I don't know if there was much in it.
Yeah, there was. Lack of intent to try and get rid of the footy there. He was playing for a ball up there, whereas Sammy was playing for a free kick, and yeah, I think that was the right decision there, lads. Sammy played that perfectly.
I think that was Ash Broughton who gave it, who's one of the more senior umpires in the competition. But
loves that holding the ball dance, does Ash?
Yeah, they love it. You can see it coming. It's like Billy Bowden thinking about giving Bobby J at LBW. You can just see it brewing.
Not at the cheese.
Doesn't happen very often, though. Here's Muzz. The Rovers must kick this goal. Club room's end, and the coach stands up. Much needed goal on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. The Rovers move to 2-2. And the Wangaratta Magpies 3-3 here on O&M Live. It's 21 playing 14. This game is starting to open up thanks to A-grade oils and batteries.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. Much needed goal from Wangaratta Rovers, and who other than Sam Murray. 6 disposals and a goal for him. So just starting to crawl their way back into the contest, Rovers. They're up to 8 inside 50s now to 12. Starting to even it out.
Haven't looked real threatening inside 50 at all. Their delivery's been poor, and the Magpies have been chopping it off at will here in the opening term for A-grade oils and batteries. Out of the middle, Melville, left foot kick to half forward. Asked Richards to come at the footy. Got a bad bounce. Joel Smith won it for the Rovers. Goes by hand to Catapan. Back to Smith. A little dinky kick out wide. Asked a lot of Thompson, who fumbled. Melville was able to tackle. Boundary throw in. Just ran out of grass out on the far side on the Ovens River side of the ground. Some leading stat winners, if you can, please, Dan, for 40 Winks.
Yeah, well, Squid Melville, he's up to the 9 disposals on the 40 Wing stat sheet. Alex Federico, 7 disposals and a goal for him. Sam Murray, 6 and a goal as well on the 40 Wing stat sheet.
The elevation on that throw-in was spectacular. Thompson tried to fend off Clark. You're gone. Holding the ball, and a free kick to Jackson Clark. He's going to take the advantage really quickly. Like something inside 50, it wasn't the right option. Marjanovic was pushed off the footy by Paul. Marjanovic did well, then got tackled straight away by Rigoni. Rovers defence under pressure. Paul out wide, not a great kick, looking for McCarthy, who worries it over the boundary line, and we'll have it thrown back in. 60 out from Magpie goal. 21 plays 14. The Pies in front by 7 points. Late stages opening term. Gussie, we've gone 25 for the Northo.
Bobby J, Corowa Tiles.
That throw in went over the light tower.
It was bloody good, wasn't it? That one's pretty good too. Back into play. Both ruckmen let it go. Spills out the back. Norton. Now the ball's on hands and knees. Both sides just trying to wrestle. Philo's there for the crumbs. Handballs in towards grass. McCarthy mops up. Now Nolan for the Rovers. On his left, long down the line to a 2-on-1, 3-on-1. And the 3 prevail. It's the black and white of Wangaratta. Nice work here at the back of the contest from Paddy Wright. Measures up his options but turns it over. Now it's in the hands of O'Brien for the brown and gold. The Rovers kicking into half forward, trying to find Murray. But tracking this one back nicely was Wright. Mops up, back inboard. Umpire said not 15. Grossman got taken high. Gee, Dylan Wilson was hot on his heels and breathes a massive sigh of release, does Matty Grossman.
He had Norton on and ignored him and almost turned it over. Rigoni floats in front, tries to win it back. I tell you what, outside of that turnover from Paddy Wright, he has been the Magpies' best, I reckon, Bobby, in the opening term.
You've just taken the words right out of my mouth. His last 3 or 4 contests have been really important and important to the flow of the game. So he's started really well, Paddy Wright.
He made his debut in the derby this time last year and actually finished in an ambulance with a neck injury, if I remember correctly, Gussie.
Yep, across the road, I reckon.
Yep, at the WJ Finlay. Here's Blake Newton, first real touch. Ran into a brawl called Brody Pho. Caught him holding the ball, and a free kick to the Rovers in the middle of the ground. Paul wastes no time. It goes out wide on the far side to O'Brien. Chips it in front of McCarthy. The big rooster chasing after it on the far side of the ground. Goes by hand to Stone, on to Philo. He's too far out to score. Kicks to the top of the goal square. Big fist there from the Pies. Spills out here towards Catapan. Left foot tumbling kick to a vacant goal square. It's been marked down there by Tyler Norton on the last side for the Pies.
So Norton, he just needs to clear defensive lines here. We've played 27 minutes thanks to Maccas. The Magpies will feel like they should be further in front. Clark and Nolan. Nolan and Clark. Nil all draw.
Definitely mark that, Clark.
I thought he had a fair piece of it as well.
I thought it come off Shaganolan's shoulder.
He was almost just appealing for that, wasn't he, Bob? It was like a slips catch with the umpire. I thought, I don't know if it's carried.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. That seemed like it. Everyone except for the bloke in green knew it was a mark.
Back to the bunker.
Yeah.
Send it upstairs. Jackson Clark, he was furious. He was just holding the Sharon saying, I've marked this, blow the whistle. 3-3-21 the Magpies, 2-2-14 the Rovers. Almost 28 minutes gone here thanks to Maccas in the first term. Boundary throw-in comes back into play. Federico sharked it and threw it on the boot. The Magpies kick it long down the line. Bad bounce, it missed a lot of them. Nolan read it okay. Tapping it into space, regathers and the siren sounds. For half or quarter time here in Derby number 2 of season 2025 with the Magpies hold a 7-point lead over the arch nemesis. 3-3-21 to 2-2-14 here on O&M Live. Stick with us. A big second term coming your way thanks to A-grade oils and batteries. The Wangaratta Derby on 2AY and Edge FM, where you won't miss a thing.
Kia, movement that inspires.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
Every day we look after our family first. We go on adventures, we entertain with them, we care for them. Tobin Brothers Funerals will look after your family too. With a fixed price funeral plan, you can be assured your family won't be burdened by the cost of your funeral. Tobin Brothers are a trusted name since 1934 and take pride in creating funeral solutions. Tobin Brothers Funerals, Wodonga and Corowa, celebrating lives.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Ooh. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Here for Out There, Jaco Aubrey Wodonga.
OMFNL Live on 2AY.
On 2AY, Edge FM and OMFNL Snap Print Solutions TV. It's a 7-point advantage to the way of the black and white over the brown and gold here in the Wangaratta Derby. The Pies with a advantage over the Rovers. Blake Penderecott with you, Gus McLeod, Bobby Jackson will head to you soon down on the boundary, but first we'll head to Dan Vaccaro, who's going to run over our 40-wing stat sheet and give us our Albury Vital Air quarters best. Albury Vital Air now in Wangaratta, helping you breathe easier day and night.
Thank you, Panda. Brad Melville was fantastic that quarter, 9 disposals. Paddy Wright as well for the Magpies was fantastic. And over for the Rovers, needs to be some work done there. Who's going to be their best player? Sam Murray starting to get a little bit of the ball. 6 disposals and a goal for him, but a number of players need a lift.
Who was the leading stat winner in the first term, please, Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks?
It was Squid Melville, 9 disposals for him, Panda.
Alrighty, he started very well across half back. We're about to head down to the boundary. Bobby Jackson has the assistant coach of the Wangaratta Magpies.
Yeah, I've got Buff coming. You saw me loiter, mate, so you just accept it. It seemed as though you boys had a lot of the footy there. Did you get bang for buck, do you think?
Oh, probably not. We probably left a couple out there, we think. Yeah, having said that, we've obviously started well, but yeah, it would have been nice to get another one where we had a bit of momentum, but we would have taken a quarter-time lead before the game, so we just got to get back to work now and try and drive home the advantage a bit.
Thanks, Buff. Thanks very much.
Buff Carmody joining Bobby Jackson down on the boundary, all thanks to Corowa Tiles and Corowa Better Electrical. It's fair to say the Rovers just were in second gear, I reckon, in that first quarter and a bit. They kicked the first goal inside the first 30 seconds and then did a lot of defending in the opening quarter, where the Magpies banged on 3 of their own, but they did answer through Sam Murray. We'll go around the grounds if we can for Evolution Roofing. There is a game, an early game in the AFL between Geelong and St Kilda, and the Cats lead that one 62-47 down at GMHBA Stadium. And of course yesterday, Lavington were too good over the Albury Tigers by 15 points in the first game of round 14, the split round. We're about to restart here at the Norm Minns Oval. Good, healthy crowd. I'm going to say 1750, Gussie.
1750?
Yep. What in between 1500?
I'm going going to
And
go
2,000, I reckon. What do you reckon, Gussie?
2,144.
I like this. I like how specific we all are.
Official number from the gate, 2,077.
There we go.
There we go.
I wasn't far off.
Yeah, weren't far off at all. We're underway here for Jaco Aubrey-Wodonga. Look. This is the sort of week that Gussie's had. He's put the fourth quarter sponsor sheet up on the top there.
Well, what do you reckon it'd come after one?
Number 2.
Probably number 2, but not in that spreadsheet.
There's a game on, boys.
You just have to find a way. Thompson out of the middle, jams it on the boot, looking for Will Christie. Went over his head. Cooper down there, boarding on doing defending. Good hand pass. He raked it out there to Grossman in the defensive goal square. Sends it out to the Ovens River side. Chris Knowles does well. Marks deep in defence for the Pies. Goes short, the big ruckman. On to Norton, getting more of the footy in 2025. Federico, kick was poor. And it was intercepted out there by Kieran Parnell. In fact, it was Brad Melville who turned that one over. Kieran Parnell has it on centre wing, Ovens River side of the ground. You got the right sponsors, Gussie?
Got the right sponsors. They're paying the bills. Big shout out to Jaco. Long down the line. Head over the football. Well done there from Norton. Just bombed it as long as he possibly can. Nice intercepting mark is being taken here by Catapan. True centre wing, Ovens River side of the ground. And it's a bit of a dead spot, so the Rovers are going to look to try and switch the play and open things up here. Ball's in the hands of Smith for the Rovers. Across half back, not many options presents. The switch is on if he wants to use it. He goes short. O'Brien, umpire said he played on. Kicks backwards now. In fact, it was Parnell. And the Rovers have got it all the way at full back. They go inboard, dangerous turnover. And the Magpies have numbers. O'Brien's got work to do. Richards broke away from the tackle, but the umpire said it was a free kick. It's going to go the way of the Rovers, and they survive a big scare. Lockie O'Brien out to the Ovens River side, and the ball's in the hands of Damon.
Big Ed Damon goes short. It's been marked out there by Sam Murray. He comes inboard, finds Charlie Thompson. Fakes to give it back to Murray. Buys himself a little bit of time on the mark. Plays on. Runs to about 70 out. Goes by hand. It was weird to Catapan. On to Jez Rigoni. Poor kick inside 50. It's a bit of a chaos ball. It might work out for Cooper. On the ground there and holding his knee. And still hasn't really got up. Looks a little bit worse for wear. I'm trying to work out who that Magpie is. Squid's got the coloured boots and they're white, so I don't reckon it is. You're right, Bobby. Yep, you are right. I apologise. It is Squid Melville, but he's up in front of the scoreboard. There's a whistle.
Oh, trainer. Come on, ump.
And they've stopped the play. And I have no idea why for Squid Melville.
He might have got a head knock.
He may have got a head knock. That's the only thing I can think of.
No, I don't mind that. If there's a head knock, you've got to take it seriously.
Yep. No, I agree. Christie just rips his opponent off the footy out of the ruck, tumbles one to the top of the goal square. Tweedale doing some defending. It was scooped up by McCarthy. Federico intercepts onto Richards, and the Magpies clear defence.
Long down the line, almost did a Robbie Panda. Got to make sure the mic is turned on. Ball's in the hands of Richards. Handball over the top. In fact, it was Newton. Inboard, Barrett. Got a bad bounce too. There's been a lot of off breaks today. Dan Sherik just shows his class and poise. Kicks in towards a bit of space. Laverty, the young gun, on the left, top of the square. Laverty, doesn't matter. It's been marked by Aiden Tilly. And that all started with the brilliance and the poise of Dan Dooley Sherik, Bobby J.
Yeah, just little things by classy players. You know, he won't have to have 25, 30 touches today. He probably only get 10 or 12, and he'll tick the box for the coaching staff at the Magpies. But we've seen it by Rovers before as Aiden Tilly kicks the goal there. So we've seen it in previous games where Rovers is just a little bit flat, falling asleep at the wheel, but they just seem to find a way just to stay in it. So signs are there again.
Aiden Tilly kicks his second. Both have been from point-blank range, and the Magpies move to 4-3-27. The Rovers 2-2-14. That's the opening goal of the second term for CMB Truck and Bus. Dan Vaccaro with some 40-wing stats.
Yeah, well, Aiden Tilly's moving like a full forward at the moment. He's had 3 disposals for 3 marks, and he's kicked 2 goals, Gussie. So maximum impact from big Aiden Tilly. He's a super player, one of your favourites, Gussie. And a really good start for this quarter for Wangaratta Magpies. They've gone inside 53 times already, and big Aiden Tilly with the finishing touch. And Dan Sherik, 3 disposals for him. He's looking good in his return.
He certainly is, Dan Sherik. So since Christie kicked the goal at the 32nd mark of the opening term, the Magpies have kicked 4 of the last 5, and they lead by 13 points. Thompson does well to pirouette and spin a handball out to Catapan. Left foot tumbling, going to land about 40 out from goal. Boarding on up against Cooper. That's a good battle. Schulte goes in, makes a bit of space, goes back to Catapan. He could have blazed away. He went into the pocket. Boyd wearing Barrett. Boyd, little dinky underground hand pass to Philo. Likewise to McCarthy. Left foot snap. I reckon it's there. McCarthy with a steer line goal today. Great team play there from the Rovers. They flicked it around by hand. McCarthy snapped it on the left, and the Rovers answer back 27-20.
Yeah, as we see, they're a bit scrappy footy coming into the forward 50, but they got the job done. They needed a score, and their play hasn't been the purest, but they're getting the job done and inside 50. And Alex McCarthy, how many times do we see him pop up when his team needs him the most? So a quality goal by a player that's he's stopping. He's not as underrated as he once was.
Yeah, and much needed goal there for Rovers, and just making really hard work of it at the moment. Gussie looks everything seems to be hard, but really good start. 3 clearances. They're on top in their clearance game. 10 clearances for the game, Wangaratta Rovers, and only the 5 for the Magpies. So it's the one area where they are up, and probably Ed Damon's got a big say in that.
I reckon the Magpies have been clearly the better side, and they only lead by 7 points. They're going to have to get some more ascendancy on the scoreboard. Murray and Catapan link up here. Clever hands from the two of them, and Murray wins the clearance with a booming left foot kick. Up to half forward. Cooper was the target. Left it behind. Got a falcon in the end. Umpire said nothing and it play on. Majanovic switches. Tries to find Tua. Dropped an absolute dolly. Mopped up here running inside 50. Del Zotto feeds a handball to Wilson. Wilson's handball was in towards grass. In the hands now of Del Zotto. Got it. Jai Del Zotto, something opportunistic, and all of a sudden it's a 1-point ball game. The Rovers, they are a classy football side, even when they're not in first or second gear, Bobby J. They just find a way.
That was a fantastic finish by young Del Zotto. We saw him kick a few goals there in a game that we broadcast earlier in the season, and he's a quality finish. He's got the soccer background, so he knows how to kick the footy well. A switch of the footy that didn't quite hit its mark, or a drop mark that should have been taken, opened up an opportunity for the Rovers to bang 2 on inside 2 minutes, so that, all of a sudden scores are level.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head in the last play, Gussie. Magpies have been clearly the better team, but just not getting bang for their buck, and a good team like Rovers just come to the floor. Really good play there.
Waitai Tua would like that one back. Probably should have hung on with the mark, and the Rovers pounce. Murray onto Philo, and here they come again, the Brown and goal. Christie! Oh, Mawson's concrete mark of the day. You can't defend that at the highest point, the big boy. Stuck the Dukes up, and he'll line up for 3 inside 2 minutes for the Rovers.
Just watching behind the play, the Rovers midfielders, as soon as that mark was taken, they all got around each other. So you could just see that the coaches just might have stuck a rocket up with them a quarter time, and they've responded beautifully. That was perfect out of the middle. All the big guns combining.
So big Will Christie, as we spoke about earlier, playing as a permanent forward in 2025. Kicked one earlier. This from 25 metres out directly in front to give the Rovers 3 goals in a minute, and unbelievably the lead. Makes no mistake, Will Christie. That's 28 for him in 2025. And the Rovers have a 5-point advantage. Dan Vaccaro, 40 winks.
I'll tell you what, that was a fantastic mark by Christie, but that ruck work by Ed Damon down to Sam Murray was simply outstanding, and that play there, straight to Philo, straight into the 50. That is what great teams do, and that was fantastic there. And Rovers, the cream is just starting to rise to the top for them. 5 inside 50s already this quarter. They hit the ground running. Sam Murray, Charlie Thompson, 3 disposals each, and they're starting to look dangerous now, Rovers.
Like you said, Damon, Murray, Philo, Christie.
Wow.
Bang, 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 bang.
That wins premierships.
Matty Hayden's gone into centre bounce.
Interesting. Just to maybe put a bit of bash and crash. Let's see how he can go. Not great because his direct opponent's got the footy. Here's Philo. Throws it on the boot with a mongrel punt. Well marked across half back by Jackson Hewitt. I liked his game today. He's come in and made an impact. Got the ball into Melville. Long down the line. Bean got worked underneath the footy. Tracking it now is Thompson for the Rovers. Handball missed the target. Mopped up nice there by Del Zotto. Now on to McQuaid. Long down the line. Sitting in the hole here is Ellis. He left it behind. Thompson had a crack. Melville got there for the Magpies. Feeding it through traffic was Knowles. On to Ellis in border Majanovic. Now it's Squid Melville. Wanting to kick inside 50. Looking to find Tilly. Great defensive spoil there from Cooper, who's gone into defence. Now the ball's back in the hands of the Magpies. They turn it over, and Parnell's got it on centre wing. Over the top to O'Brien.
O'Brien, he has a loop hand pass over to Christie, who sat off the contest and got his head ripped off. Found a runner in Dylan Stone. Breaks the arc of the 50. Checks his kick beautifully to Boyd. Wonderful play by the Rovers. end-to-end stuff, and Tom Boyd will line up 30 out in the pocket.
That passage of play is what premierships are built on. Rigoni just class, got the hands across to O'Brien, and you called it perfectly, boys. That was a fantastic passage of play. And the switch kick from Stone was just discipline of the highest order and put team first. With a nice shot on goal here from 25 metres out. So the Rovers are starting to flick that switch, boys.
All started with a Nathan Cooper defensive spoil. Watch his mag.
And he's out to the right. Just sneaks it in for a point. The end, a disappointing finish. And the Rovers go to 6-2. To the Magpies 4-3, and even one goal on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. We played 10 minutes second term for Maccas.
I'll tell you what, the one thing that Rovers are doing really well is their clearance work. They're just bullying Wangaratta Magpies in the middle. 6 clearances already this quarter. Wangaratta Magpies yet to have one.
The Matty Hayden on ball one's not it for me, but anyway. Here's Del Zotto. He intercepts for the Rovers, kicking inside 50 with a worm burner. Snapping across his body was Boyd. Cooper's now at full forward, and he's kicking a goal. My goodness! What a 5 minutes of footy here from the Rovers. They've kicked 4 on the bounce, and all of a sudden they lead this contest at O&M Live by 2 goals.
So his magnet, Gus, I'm not sure. It must be one of those floating ones that don't actually stick to the board, because he was working from half back to half forward, and I think he's staying forward, mate. So that magnet is... we'll keep an eye on it anyway, Gus. I'll back you up, son. We'll keep an eye on that. But that was good quality football there. And the old double hopper on the left foot. So he's done well to finish off well there.
I'll tell you what, we talk about it every single week, but Wangaratta Rovers just flicking that switch this quarter. They look simply unbelievable, especially out of the midfield. They are bullying Wangaratta Magpies out of the centre.
You know what it is? It's second quarters. They did this against the North Albury Hoppers in round 10, and they did it 2 weeks ago against Lavington, where they just went bang, 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 bang in the second term. Murray out of the middle again. Murray, Bean, good kick. Finds a pocket of space to Jackson Clark. Wearing the blue boots, the captain. He likes something straight down the guts, and why not? Tilly out of the lead. Fumbled it. Left foot snap from the Magpies on the full. It
was Dools.
It was Dan Sherik.
Got a bit excited there for Dools.
I did. You put the hand up. Gussie rode it home, but unfortunately kicked it out on the full. No score. The Rovers 39 to the Pies 27. CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard, 12 minutes second term for Jaco.
464 days since we've seen him play footy, Panda, so we can forgive you for not recognising him. He's been in the wilderness, Bobby J, but for Corowa Tiles, he's starting to make an impact, and maybe with the midfield dominance on the Rovers, does Jason Heatley tinker about putting him on ball?
I dare say he'll get sometimes through the middle. Maybe when the sting sort of goes out in the second half, they might float him through the middle for spells, but he's ticking all the boxes as we speak right now.
Tweedale's gone in the ruck up against Damon. Damon retreats, get the handball away. Head over the footy there was Melville, and he got wrapped in a big tackle by McCarthy. Will ball it up. Dan Vaccaro, some 40 winks.
Yeah, just need some damage control here, Magpies. Only the 4 inside 50s without a great look at it this quarter. So need to get to work and their clearance works. Yet to have a clearance this quarter, and Wangaratta Rovers have had 7.
The Rovers have kicked 4 in a row. They lead 6-3-39 to 4-3-27 on the CMV Truck and Bus. Murray just went for a kick out of midair and missed the boot. Hot up against him was Craven. He left it behind. Back inboard to Parnell. Crunched. Wrapped up by Richards. Umpire said no prior opportunity, and we'll ball it up across half forward for the Wangaratta Magpies. Here's Blake Panda Escott for the Northo Hotel.
The strength of Murray just to push Craven off the ball, ragdolled him. Federico through his legs. Norton getting into this game. Richards, they work it all the way back to centre wing. Hewitt in trouble for the Pies. Bordinon says, stuff this in me 200th. I'm going to pump it long. But that's why no one wanted to, because Damon was in the hole, but he spilled an easy mark. Well done, Dul Sherik. Just did enough to pressure Damon, and the ball's out of bounds for a throw in.
Did he hear footsteps there, Bobby J?
No.
No, okay. just saying. I'm just saying.
Shut that up pretty quickly.
Just dropped it.
Geez, we like sitting on the fence, don't we?
Yes, we
You're
do.
not the one interviewing him straight after a game, mate.
He had a backhander for Gussie a couple of weeks ago, Ed Damon. Said not bad for a B grader.
Do it on an A grader.
That's kind.
Tapped it down to Thompson, who's wrapped up in a big tackle by Bean. The Richards, that's Nick Richards. Dribbling for a goal.
Kicked it.
Nick Richards has kicked an unbelievable goal from the boundary. Oh, the umpires are converging.
No, look.
The umpires are converging. I reckon that snuck through. He kicked it from the boundary. It dribbled over someone's head, and I reckon it snuck through for a goal.
How can the field umpire overrule
It's a goal. It is a goal from Nick Richards.
Justice has been served.
An unbelievable finish. That's his second, and the Magpies bite back. They trail by 6 points, Bobby J.
What the hell was that all about, honestly? Fair dinkum. Just mind your own business, stay in your lanes. But yes, they very much needed that. That was an important goal for the Magpies leading into the half-time break, or halfway through the second quarter. They just need to stem the flow. The momentum was all one way, and they've done well to get one back there.
Yeah, they need to weather the storm. A little bit of damage control there, so good finish. Great finish by Nick Richards, and we don't need 4 umpires deciding if that's a goal, gents.
Well, I just don't understand why the field umpire needs to get involved. The goal umpires thought it's gone through.
And the boundary.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
It wasn't touched.
Stay in your lane.
Speaking of cooks in the kitchen, Panda, the Magpies canteen.
Oh, brilliant Schnitty burger before. Unbelievable. I reckon they deep fried the Schnit.
And American cheese as well.
Yep.
That real orangey sort of cheese.
Speaking of good kitchens, I've been reliably informed that we need to get to Masala Corner here in Wangaratta for a post-game feed.
I have eyeballed it. I've eyeballed it every night when I drive back here.
There's always people in there, even at 9 o'clock on a Tuesday.
Wonder if the Maggies and the Rovers will join us there for a post-game feast, Bobby J, with another stoppage.
If they're paying, I'll be there.
Ball up in the centre of the ground, third repeat stoppage. 39-33, the Rovers lead. We had goals in this second term to Tilly, McCarthy, Del Zotto, Christie, Cooper and Richards. More goals in the second than we have in the first. We've only played 16 thanks to Maccas. Half clearance of the Magpies, but it's been chopped off by Shag and Owen at centre half back for the Brown and Gold.
Sends it out wide to the Ovens River side. It's been marked out there by Kieran Parnell, who's just going to pop it 20 metres over the top to Del Zotto, who kicked a really good goal in this second quarter for Jaco. He's going to retreat to McQuaid. Played his second game for GWS VFL last week. Did Jace McQuaid, named in the best. Kicks off a step, back to where it came from, looking for Allison, and the boundary line wins out. Give us some of your best, please, Dan Vaccaro, 40 winks in the second quarter.
Yeah, well, Wangaratta Rovers are giving us their best. They've had 8 inside 50s, 18 for the game, so they are starting to really dominate the Wangaratta Magpies. Wangaratta Magpies had 13 inside 50s in the first quarter, only had the 4 so far this quarter, 16 and a half minutes gone.
There's a bloke about 3 metres in front of us watching the stream, Panda, and he's going to hear this in about 30 seconds' time and turn around and go, what the hell's going on? Inside 50 go the Rovers, and they turn it over. The Magpies with Melville, switch out wide, grandstand side, trying to find Bordignong. Got a bad bounce and out of bounds for a boundary throw. And we go to Bobby J for Corowa Tiles. Jackson Clark wants to get back on the deck.
Yeah, there's been a bit of a line-up here, lads. The ball's been on that far side, so the rotations have been hard to get on. You know, Tom Boyd and Brody Pho are waiting to get on as well, so there's been a bit of a logjam here.
He's watching the races, Gussie.
Oh, have a bet. Out of bounds. Straight through the midst there of Sam Catapan. Bit of a stalemate here, Bobby, isn't it? This needs something to break this game open a little bit, or this passage of play.
Yeah, just a little bit of a filling out period. Yeah, we've been high octane for the first 15 minutes of the quarter, so there's always going to be a lull.
Dane Porter doing the running.
Yep.
For the Wang Magpies.
Diane Portner.
Hey, I texted him, apologised, and he got back to me, the great man.
Still one of the great lines.
Oh, yes, it is.
Diane Portner.
Probably not sorry for you.
I think he did.
Speak English.
I wonder if he'll make the Hall of Fame, Dan.
Dane Porter might.
Played
Diane Porter.
Played 350 games. I assume he will.
Yes.
Down boundary throw in. Tweedale. Left foot squeezer out of the stoppage. 1-on-1 between Marjanovic and someone got a Falcon. It was O'Brien. Nolan won it back for the Rovers. Sends it to the top of the goal square. Murray had 2 to beat. Got ripped off the footy. Tried to claim a mark. The umpire says no sirree, Sam. And we'll have a ball up right at the top of the goal square for the Wangaratta Rovers. 18 played for Maccas, second term for Jaco. They're up by a goal, 39-33.
Christie in the ruck against Tweedale. Ruckman let it hit the deck on hands and knees. Murray onto Philo. Snapping from Brody. Bang! Steel line goal today from Brody Philo. You cannot give that man space anywhere on the ground, let alone 10 metres from goal. Bobby J.
Yeah, as we mentioned after quarter time, the Rovers have really sharpened up their stoppage work, which was they were beaten, I think, fairly comprehensively in that first quarter. So they've really sharpened up around the stoppages, and that there was perfect. They had a great setup there. The ball was coming to the backside of the stoppage, and Brody, just being a quality footballer, just found it 2 or 3 metres of space, and doesn't matter what side of the body he finishes, particularly around goal, he finishes pretty well.
Yeah, you're spot on, Bobby, and the clearance work is really where they've killed them this quarter. So 8 clearances for Wangaratta Rovers. Wangaratta Magpies have only had the 3, so they are dominating out of the midfield. Brody Philo there was fantastic. 4 disposals this quarter and a goal for him, 9 for the game. So their big players are starting to play in this second quarter.
Gussie's diff lambs break. Vax, you right,
No,
mate?
I'm fine.
No sugar Powerade. Do you want a
Talking too
Strepsil?
much. I've got a Coke, no sugar here.
Do you want a No-Dose?
Thompson out of the middle, back to Philo. Tell you what, he loves the double arm wings out celebration, Brody. His toe poke there was not great. And the Magpies win it back. Richards, good kick to half forward. Even better fist from Nolan as Marjanovic went to Mark. Hayden went back to Ellis, ran into trouble holding the ball. Good tackle by Joel Smith, who has found a place at home in this Wangaratta Rovers side this year. Played every game. Has Joel Smith, as Gus McLeod has a big drink of his Monster Energy drink, just to get the throat tickling going. He needs it for this second half. Smith down the wing. Damon just didn't mark it in the end. Flicked out of the back to Christie. Went out of mid-air. Gained about 20 metres. Bought the point of the square. Cooper left it behind and then got tackled by Knowles. Probably could have been holding the ball. Thompson fed it out to Philo. He's going to go to the top of the goal square for the Rovers, and why not? Murray's down there up against Craven. Magpies thought he got a push in the back. Murray's down. And it's going to be a free kick to Sam Murray, I think. Was it for a high, Bobby J?
I'm just looking.
He's holding his knee.
I think he's holding his head.
I reckon he's holding his melon.
I think he's copped an error at knee.
Yeah, I reckon you're right.
I'll have a look on the replay, boys.
Oh, he's been split.
Sam Murray has he?
Oh, no, sorry. I thought that was blood.
He got Cam Barrett's knee, got him on the way through.
Right, well, that's very good umpiring. And Sam Murray can line up for goal number 2.
Nothing in it, no malice.
Nope, tight in the pocket here. He's going to run around on his trusty left. He kicked one in the first quarter. And this for the Rovers' 6th in this second quarter for Jaco. And to extend the margin out to 18, he's hooked it way far to the left, and it's through for a minor score. Maybe still a little bit dazed, Sam Murray. 7-4-46 to the Magpies, 5-3-33. C&V Truck and Bus scoreboard. We played 21 minutes.
Bobby J, just keep tabs on Muzz.
Yeah.
Jasper Craven looks to be the one going with him. I wonder if that's a tag, because he spent the last 10 minutes at full forward.
Ooh.
Poor kick in from full back. Cam Barrett would like that opportunity back once again. Couldn't make much of that. I think it was Blake Newton. It was out of bounds for a boundary throw. And Bobby J.
Yeah, I think you're right there. We're looking at Craven's actually going back to Muzz now. I'd like to think that they'll isolate that matchup and, distinct advantage to Sam Murray there.
Boundary throw in. Newton left it behind. Got a falcon from the Preston Prince on the way through. And then he got crunched in a tackle by big Will Christie. Wangaratta Magpies coach Jason Heatley's made his way onto the bench and barking orders with Dane Porter. Really authoritative sort of approach there from Jace. As the Preston Prince just kicks it straight to the coach and says, maybe try and get a kick, Jace, out of bounds on the full. Xavier Allison's got the Sharon for the Rovers. True centre wing on the grandstand side. The Rovers lead 46-33 thanks to C&V Truck and Bus.
22 played for Macca's. Second term for Jaco. Allison, what a defensive mark that is from Chris Knowles. He had to stand in the hole. Christie and Cooper there, and Knowles took a wonderful Mawson's concrete mark of the day. Went short to Richards. That's not a good kick. Ellis got his arm chopped by Allison. Lucky, because Richards' kick wasn't great, and Ellis has the free kick at half back for the Pies. He puts the left mid up and says, let's just slow it down a little bit here. He's going to come in ball with a 45. Two Magpies could have raffled it. Boarding on like a good defender is going to bring rain. Kicks a high up and under. Damon made to work by Hayden. It's fisted here by the Rovers forward, and Ellis is happy to see it over the boundary line for a throw-in on centre wing.
Bobby J, just keep tabs on Chris Knowles here. Charlie Thompson's got him 3 times in the last 2 minutes. He caught one to the throat where I suppose your voice box is, and now she's going to be on here, Bobby J.
It stacks on. Everyone's getting pushed. Everyone's going around too easily.
It's like WWE.
It is.
Charlie Thompson's definitely making Chris Knowles earn everything he's got.
Jason Heatley not happy as well on the boundary, Gussie.
Stomping up and down. Bit of feeling in the derby, Gussie.
Yeah, Bobby J, Corowa Tiles.
Oh, yeah, she's gone up a level or two here, boys, so there might be a little bit of willy-nilly here in the stoppages, I reckon.
I like it.
46-33 here on O&M Live. Knowles out of the ruck, just had a bit of a hot potato about it as Clark thumps it forward. Coming off his line, long kick down the line was Smith. High up and under, just sitting there was Paddy Wright, I should say, and just couldn't quite make anything of it, Bobby, so it's out of bounds for a boundary throw-in right in front of you, thanks to Corowa Tiles.
Yeah, a little bit of a 50-50 there play by Wright. He was, tapped it on to a teammate. If it didn't go to him, it was going out of bounds, so they were 50-50.
46 plays 33 for C&V Truck and Bus. Blake Pandarescott with you and Gus McLeod for the Northo. Thompson snaps it around the corner to half forward. Big pack of players. It spills out to Grossman. Bit of work to do. Boyd on his hammer. Hand pass was a bit errant there from the Magpies. Stone swoops on the footy. Cooper tried to eke out a hand pass. Allison snuck forward. And we have a ball up 30 out from Rover goal, who have kicked 5 goals to 2 in this second quarter for Jayco. We've played 24 minutes. They trailed by 13 at quarter time. They now lead by that exact margin. Cooper and Knowles again. O'Brien's dangerous in this position. Thompson fed it out to Philo. Tried to kick it off for Steph. Knife and fancy. Hewitt tapped it away. Philo wins it back. Goes by hand to Nolan. Philo. Left foot kick to the top of the goal square. Murray flew from behind. Almost took a specky. Craven over this football. Lots of players around the pill. It's sloppy. And the umpire says, give it to me after all that. And we'll have a ball up 15 out from Rover goal, who are pressing the brown and gold. They lead by 13 points for C&V Truck and Bus. Whistle. Gus McLeod.
Couldn't tell you what for.
Yeah,
There's a player down.
Sammy Murray just went into the back of Big Knowlesy. So I'm not sure what Knowlesy's done. He's upset a few of the Rovers. So
He used to play there.
Okay, that'll do it.
I reckon he might have got someone, Knowlesy, somewhere along the way.
Ruckman. Can't kick.
Just stays inside the field of play there, Balake. That wasn't a great kick from Big Knowlesy.
No, and his Catapan's letting him know all about it, Gussie.
Yeah, I've just got a feeling as a big ruckman, Knowlesy might have got someone along the way, and the Rovers are just letting him know about it.
He's not backing down, though, Big Knowlesy.
Nah, wouldn't mind seeing a few Magpies fly the flag for him, though. He's up in the
lifting.
ruck here against Damon. Give Damon the ruck contest in the path of O'Brien. Federico's been massive. How many for the Preston Prince?
The Preston Prince, he had 8 in the first quarter. He's only had the 5 in this quarter, Gussie.
He's just playing a big, big game for the black and white. Ball's in dispute. Pinballs around. Snap on goal. I reckon it come from Catapan.
It's at the post.
It's hit the stick. And Catapan was pretty happy with it. I reckon he thought it was soccer rules, off the post and in, but off the post means a minor score.
As Rexy would say, mate, it's hit the fat bit.
It's hit the fat part. 7-5 to 5-3. The Magpies have got the ball in the back pocket. Thanks to Jayco Albury Wodonga, Panda.
That's on the C&V Truck and Bus scoreboard. Paddy Wright nervously out of defence, sends it down the line. Laverty's got to impact the game. Sherik goes in hard. Equal to the task was Allison. It's flicked out by Nolan. Flicks it onto Philo. He could kick this. He lit up. Did Brody Pho. He wanted a goal. He would have turned to the grandstand and kicked it out on the full. How many has Philo had this quarter, Dan?
Had a big quarter, Brody Pho. 10 disposals and a goal for him, 15 for the game.
27 minutes played for Maccas. Wasn't his best there, Brody. And the Rovers lead by 14 points in the second edition of the Wang Derby.
27 and a half gone. Not long till half time. The Maggies, they just got to stand up here. They can't afford to concede one. In the back pocket, Boarding-Yong chipping over the top to Cam Barrett. In front of the scoreboard here, 47 to 33. The Rovers lead the Magpies in the derby. Barrett kicks out to the leading lane of Clark, but he was well held by Kieran Parnell, out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Bob Jackson, Corowa Tiles.
Yeah, Big Knowlesy just came off for his little pit stop break here, and there must have been a bit of a comment from the Rovers bench, and he just a bit of a smile, a bit of a smirk, and said, there's a long way to go, boys. So just, I don't think too much phases a big fella. I think he's all right, but you're right, though, Gus. He needs someone there helping him fly that flag.
There's a blood rule. Sam Catapan coming from the ground right now.
He's just taking his time as well, not in a massive rush.
Tell you what, there's a bit of Ben McAvoy about Sam Catapan with his head. He always seems to get cut. I reckon early in the year he almost wrapped up like a mummy.
I thought you were going to say he's got a rough pill, but anyway.
No, a bit
Big
harsh.
boy's all right, the boy from Denery. Not a bad looking rooster.
Yeah.
No,
that's what tickles your pickle. How's the claret on Sam Catapan, Bob?
Just a little scratch. He'll be all right.
Boundary throw-in.
It was very minor.
Coming back into play. Nice work from Tweedale. Won the tap, but Christie roved it. Set upon quickly by Magpies, and we'll
holding the ball.
Oh, holding the ball.
Wow.
Jeez, I did not see that. Free kick to the Wangaratta Magpies. Ball's in the hands of Richards, who kicks out wide, and he's got Waitai to her. Panda, I could not tell you how that was holding the ball.
Yeah, neither could I. But
anyway,
it was.
Here's Waitai.
Here is Waitai. Going to go long to half forward. Christie floating in front, not able to mark. Ledger shoots it out the back to Philo. Ball on the Ovens River wing. Left foot kick to half forward. Stone wrestling. It's been socket off the ground by the Rovers. Sam Murray with 2 to beat in the goal square. Trying to worry Jasper Craven out of it. Murray does well. Taps it to his advantage. Throws it out towards Nolan. Nolan, bit of work to do. Flicks it over the top towards Stone. Barrett does well for the Magpies. On to Ellis. Left foot dribbling. Kick out of defence was poor. It's picked up by O'Brien.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful mark by
yes.
Dan Sherik. chopped off a lead from Dylan Wilson. Sherik with a Mawson's concrete mark of the day. He switches straight away. Out far on the
Murray's
wide.
hurt, boys.
Yep, Richards paid a free kick for front on contact. And Sam Murray is hurt in the pocket, Bobby J.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's hurt or just gassed. He's had some really big efforts the last 3 or 4 minutes.
He's hurt.
Yep, it is. It's left leg somewhere along the line. Well, keep an eye on that, boys.
Wonder if it was the incident with Craspin.
Yeah. Jasper Craven.
Craspin. That's one of the great, the old merge of the name. It does happen. It gets everyone.
I might roll with that now. Craspin.
Craspin. Not a bad little nickname. The Rovers, they play on quickly. Parnell, long down the line. Boyd's got space, 55 from home. Murray's leg looks to be okay as soon as the ball's within reach. Ooh. And the siren's going to beat the Wangaratta Rovers. Murray's appealing for a free kick. Umpire says, nah, get stuffed. Half time here at the Norm Men's Oval. The second term completely dominated by the Wangaratta Rovers. They kick 5 goals to 2 and they lead the derby at half time. 7-5-47 to 5-3-33. There's plenty of spice, there's plenty of feeling, and there's plenty of argy-bargy. A big second half's coming your way here on O&M Live. Stick with us on 2AY and Edge FM or Snap Print Solutions TV, because here on O&M Live.
Not that I'm easy.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
Every day we look after our family first. We go on adventures, we entertain with them, we care for them. Tobin Brothers Funerals will look after your family too. With a fixed price funeral plan, you can be assured your family won't be burdened by the cost of your funeral. Tobin Brothers are a trusted name since 1934 and take pride in creating funeral solutions. Tobin Brothers Funerals, Wodonga and Corowa, celebrating lives.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Elders Rural, your agribusiness specialists and Polaris dealership, Shoeback Street, Albury.
O&M Live on 2AY.
Welcome back to the Norm Men's Over, what is the halftime show for McDonald's and Bob. It's the best rivalry in O&M, and it's living up to the heights at the moment. Wangaratta 5-3-33. He's trailing the Wang Rovers 7-5-47. We'll go through some stats shortly, but what do you make of that half, Bobby? And we'll go through some goal kickers as well.
Well, it was really a game of two halves. To cliche it, I suppose. A 5-2 quarter there by the Wangaratta Rovers in that second quarter. And as we said throughout the call there, the stoppages need to be sharpened up by the Rovers, and that they did. They threw their big guns in the middle. At times there, Philo, Murray and Thompson were all in the middle there with their Damon. And when they were in the middle together, you could just see that the harmony and synergy that they had through that middle was really working to their benefit. And they had some centre clearances that some would say would be too easy, but classy plays like that make it look easy, and they had some really some quick shots on goal back to back throughout that early part of that second quarter, and that's what put the gap in between the two sides. And they were very much classy through the middle for mine.
And we'll go through some goal kickers as well, Bobby J.
Yes, we certainly will. For Wangaratta Rovers, we've got Will Christie with the 2 goals, one in each of those quarters, and the singles to Nathan Cooper, Brody Pho, Sam Murray, Alex McCarthy and Jai Dalzotto with a nice little snap on the left foot. And for the Wangaratta Magpies, we've only got the 3 goal kickers. Aiden Tilly, he's kicked the 2 each quarter, along with young Nick Richards, he's kicked the 2 as well, and Alex.
Yeah, beautiful. That's the voice of Bobby Jackson for Cora Tiles and Cora Better Electrical as well. And we'll go through some stats as well, Bobby Jackson, because it really paints a picture of the game so far. So the clearance count for that half, Wangaratta Magpies have only had the 9 clearances, and Rovers given them a real mauling in the centre of the ground. 18 clearances there. The free kick count, 12-8. It's been pretty well adjudicated as well. The inside 50 count, 18 Wangaratta Magpies to Wangaratta Rovers 24. 4 marks inside 50 for the Wangaratta Magpies that half, and just the 5 for Wangaratta Rovers in that half as well. And we'll go through some individual stat winners. Alex Federico, he's a little bit quiet that quarter, but he's been solid all game. 12 disposals and a goal for him. Jackson Clark, really quiet that quarter. He only had the 2 disposals, 9 for the game after having a really hot start. Brad Melville, he's been really good. 12 disposals for him. Dan Sherik on his return. He's done a couple of really nice things, Dan Sherik. I don't know if you could ask for too much more for what he's put out at the moment. 6 disposals for him. Aiden Tilly, he's had 3 disposals, 2 goals and 3 marks. Bobby Jackson, so maximum impact for our man Aiden Tilly, moving like a real traditional full forward this game as well. Is. And we move on to Wangaratta Rovers. Sam Murray, he has had the 11 disposals. He's been really good. He is looking a little bit ginger there, so we'll just play that by ear in the second half. Charlie Thompson as well, 9 disposals for him. Kieran Parnell's had the 8. Ed Damon, 9 disposals, but I reckon he's had about 6 clearances. Been fantastic in the ruck. And Brody Pho, monster second quarter. He's had 18 for the game, 12 disposals in that quarter and a goal. He's just a class act who just keeps getting better with age. He's like a good wine, Bobby Jackson.
Yeah, he drifted in through the midfield and played high percentage in that midfield zone that quarter. And he was, I think there was a little bit of a gauntlet thrown down, I suppose, by Sam Murray at quarter time, saying we need a bit of a lift out through that midfield zone, and he went in there and provided that for his side. He's always got something going on when he gets the footy. Something always happens, whether it's a great kick, great goal, out of bounds on the full, kick backward. So there's always something happening when Brody's near the ball, and that was the case in that quarter, and particularly through the midfield and the stoppages and the clearances. 18-9 in the stoppages, and he
played a big part.
He played a massive part in that first quarter. That's where probably the majority of the Magpies stoppages would have come from. So they turned things around, and that's a sign of a good side where they turn things around mid-game and make adjustments and come out with a better game plan and actually execute it.
You're absolutely right. We saw in that quarter there the coach, Jason Heatley, make his way down onto the boundary line. He uncharacteristically looked very, very animated, which takes us to you, Bobby Jackson. If you put in your coaching hat on at halftime, if you're Jason, what are you telling the guys in the third quarter and the fourth?
Well, go back to what we did well in the first quarter. They controlled the footy. They moved the ball nice and slick. There was passage of play, particularly in the call when Gus and Pena were calling. They mentioned a few times how slick the ball movement was, how clean it was, and they moved it pretty swiftly down that far side, the river side of the ground. So I'll be encouraging them to go back to that method and that style of play where they got some really good results and got some good footy inside the 50 for Aiden Tilly and also Xavier Laverty, who they're really true forwards. They don't get a high amount of possessions, but when they do, it's damaging. So I feel as though they need to be getting and with Nick Richards around at their feet, I think they've got some potency in that forward 50. They just need to get some better ball in there and quicker footy in there. So that's one thing I'll be saying from Jason, who actually had the wild eyes going there for a little bit when
I like it.
When it got a little bit willing on the centre wing there. I looked over the coach and his eyes was the
coach eyes.
The pupils narrowed, and I thought, oh geez, hello. If he just loved to cross the white line just one more time, and I reckon he might have had a couple of targets on his radar. But
I love it.
Yeah, they just need to sharpen up and back themselves and move the ball quicker.
Yeah, very well said, Bobby. And now, if you're Sam Murray, what are you putting to the guys at half time?
Keep ramming home that ascendancy through the stoppages and through the clearance work. That they're really starting to get some ascendancy there, and across the halfback, the Jason McQuaid and Charles Ledger, they're really starting to own those key pillar positions, and that allows freedom for Kieran Parnell and Tom Boyd when he floats down there to play that third man up role, and Xavier Leslie, he was a good player. Xavier Allison will play his role as well. And, one player that very rarely gets mentioned is Shagger Nolan. Since he's come back in the side, he got from a little bit of an injury. He's given that little bit of a rock, that little bit of stability across that back six, and he's the rock as far as I'm concerned. And when they see Shagger doing the things he does, like he's not flashy, but geez, he gets the job done week in, week out with that dirty 1% stuff. And I'm a big fan of Shagger, mainly because he wears number 7, but he's a good player as well.
Well, you talk about it, and if you ask anyone around that Rovers camp, he's almost the first picked every week. Shagger Nolan, he's just so reliable in that back pocket, and he's just a super player, and he's just been so consistent for so long, and it's been good to watch. The one other thing that's been really good to watch is the Chris Knowles. It's hard to tell from up here, but you're on the boundary line, Bobby. You're seeing all the noise and the words and the ifs and whats. Is he getting targeted, Knowlesy?
Well, it seems that way. Whether it's premeditated or something's actually happened, but I haven't seen an incident what should suggest that he gets targeted. So whether they're just going after the big dog, I'm not sure. But it doesn't seem to faze the big fella, because he came off and had a bit of a smirk in his face.
I was going to say, I don't think it'll faze him too much.
It was almost as if to say, look, is that the best you got, boys? You better keep coming, because I'm not going anywhere. So the big fella, he was in and out of the side a couple of times last year. I think he's got a few points to prove, and he's. I don't know whether he's had the upper hand with Ed Damon, but he's actually, he's been serviceable, so he'll keep front up the big fella. Yeah,
very well said. Now, the other one I'm really intrigued about is Sam Murray and Jasper Craven. It doesn't look like he's wearing him like an absolute glove. It looks like he is tagging him to some degree. He's gone forward, Sam Murray, as well, but it definitely looks like you see, obviously, Tim Broomhead and Sam Murray get tagged week in, week out, and taggers aren't giving him an inch. This one here looks a little bit more unique. It's almost like a Cameron Ling trying to cut corners into Murray a little bit. But what have you made of that matchup so far?
Well, he'd want to be careful cutting corners if he's going to take him deep. So that back half of that quarter there, Sam took him nice and deep into the goal square, and if it wasn't for if it was for better delivery of the footy, he could have kicked 2 or 3 goals there. Like at one stage, he had three to beat Sam. So I think his teammates sort of realised that there's danger in that matchup. So Crasper David, or what are we calling him now?
I don't even want to get involved with those boys.
Yeah, those two boys
Shocking.
Have a running war, Gus and Panda. But Jasper Cove, he certainly has got his hands full if it goes deep inside 50. There may be a handover role there happening.
Yeah, it's such an intriguing watch, Bobby Jackson. The one thing I really love about both of these teams playing, they really play really similar types of football. I was trying to, differentiate their stats last night. Have a listen to some of these. So their contested ball, Wang, 135 per game. Rovers, 139, so a difference of 4. Intercept possessions are very similar. They've got a difference of 2, 62 and 64.5 per game as well. Marks inside 50. Wang average 12.2. Rovers average 12.1. They really do model the games off each other, it seems. Their clearances are pretty much exactly the same. 43 per game, Wang. Rovers 46, and inside 50s as well. 45.8 per game for Wang, and Rovers 45, a difference of 0.8 as well. So they're very, very similar in the way they play, Bobby.
Can we just have a discussion in regards inside 50? entries to inside 50 marks. Is that 40? Was that 45 to 18? Did I hear that right?
Sorry, so inside 50s, Wang 45.8 to Rovers 45.
Yep.
And then their marks inside 50, Wang 12.2 to Rovers 12.1.
See, that's not a huge conversion rate. Yeah, that tells me that tells me there's a high amount of pressure through the midfield, and the game through the middle third of the ground is high pressure. And there's times there where that was highlighted with the tackling and the ferocity on the footy and the turnovers, I suppose, at half-back, because the intercept possessions you mentioned there were, they were quite high. I think they were high 60s, I think you said there before. So that tells me that there's a lot of pressure going through that midfield, and that's what you want. You want your midfield, tackling and putting pressure on the opposition and causing turnovers at half-back, and making sure that the inside 50 marks aren't really happening.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. Bobby Jackson will quickly go around the grounds during this halftime break as well for Mr. Stokes Pillwell. There was the other game. It is the split round, of course. Yesterday it was Lavington 11-9-75. Defeating Albury and really putting a line through their finals chances. Bobby Jackson 8-13-61. 13 points, almost kicking themselves out of that contest there. Albury Tigers, and in the AFL today, it looks like Geelong is going to get the job done over St Kilda as well. 98 lead, St Kilda 61. And the other games today as well, Collingwood and Fremantle. I reckon everyone in Australia is going for Fremantle today. Yes. And the 4:40 game as well. It's Adelaide Crows and Gold Coast Suns, which will be an absolute rip snorter here, Bobby Jackson. And that wraps up our halftime show for McDonald's. That's the voice of Bobby Jackson, and we'll see you on the other side of the break for the second half on O&M Live. You will not miss a thing.
Good grip. Knocked it over easy.
Kia, movement that inspires.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
Every day we look after our family first. We go on adventures, we entertain with them, we care for them. Tobin Brothers Funerals will look after your family too. With a fixed price funeral plan, you can be assured your family won't be burdened by the cost of your funeral. Tobin Brothers are a trusted name since 1934 and take pride in creating funeral solutions. Tobin Brothers Funerals, Wodonga and Corowa, celebrating lives.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Wiesners, Walla and Wodonga, your local family-owned Massey, Ferguson and Fent dealer.
O&M Live on 2AY.
Welcome back to the Normin's Oval. Game been going about 15 seconds here in this third quarter, all thanks to Wodonga MG. The Rovers have been in attack, but the Magpies repelled. McQuaid sends a tumbler back inside forward 50. Boyd onto Philo, kicks to a vacant goal square. And it's out of bounds on the full. That's our 7th, 8th maybe out of bounds on the full for the day, I reckon. And it'll be a free kick to the Pies deep in their own defence. Blake Penderecott with you, Gus McLeod, Dan Vaccaro and Bobby Jackson. The Rovers by 14 points.
Dan, you spotted something whilst we were momentarily off air.
Couldn't make out who the other player was, but Sam Murray was just going at it with another player. There was
Aiden Tilly.
Maybe even a couple little fresh airies thrown in there as well. That was fiery, Gus.
A bit of a fresh airy, Bob Wah.
Not all a fresh area every now and then.
A couple of John O'Briens.
Don't mind it.
Alistair Lynch.
Long down the line go the Maggies. Ovens Riverside. They gain some territory. Nice use of the body there from Smith. Now he finds Catapan. They retreat. Dangerous. Got the kick away in the nick of time. McCarthy missed him. Melville's been good today for the Pies. Feeds it out wide to Richards. Now Waitai Tua. The best name in football on the left. Long down the line. Tilly and Cooper. Great use of the hips from Tilly. Wants to slingshot. Grub a pass. Federico got the worst bounce possible. It falconed him. Inside 50. He had the ball held to him. Nice tackle there by Charles Ledger. It's the one part of Tilly's game, Panda. He's one-step kicks. They let him down.
They do, and on that occasion, did all the hard work. Edge Cooper under the footy took a great mark and just couldn't finish off his good work. McCarthy out of the stoppage. He's going to come straight back. His kick intercepted by Barrett, point of the square. Ovens River side of the ground. A congested 50 awaits as Barrett sits it up in the pocket. Laverty's been quiet. McQuaid's won the battle there. Richards comes through. Can snap on goal for the first of the third. Richards across the face and a groan goes over the Normin's Oval. Once again did all the hard work and had the goal face in front of him missed. And the Magpies opened the account, scoring in the third quarter. 5-4-34 to the Rovers, 7-5-47. That's on the Peterborough home scoreboard. We have played 2.5 minutes.
2 goals, 1 today, Nick Richards. He was good last week too, Bobby J, for Corowa Tiles.
Yeah, he's looking sharp again today, isn't he? He's dangerous whenever he gets near the footy.
Long down the line, Tilly made a good contest. Ellis tackled hard, and Blake Penderecott's just trying to get some circulation into his pins.
I just hit me shin on the wooden bench, Gussie.
Ouch. Up goes the footy. Damon had a fresh airy at it. Clever palm work from Tilly. On to Clark. 50 from home. Kick was smothered. Well done by Allison. Cooper throws it on the boot. Long down the line. Philo and Barrett. Barrett went in the fist. McCarthy for the Rovers. Puts it into space of O'Brien. He's taking a bounce. He'll take a second. Gets himself to 55. Gee, this would be some goal from Lockie O'Brien. Misses.
Point of the year.
Left-hand side. He ran so bloody far and so bloody fast, but he just couldn't quite kick accurately. It's a minor score, and the Rovers move to 7-7 to the Magpies 5-4.
Robbed you of an Instagram reel, Gus McLeod. You can get Lockie O'Brien to shout you a beer after the game.
Oh, not as bad as JP and Monty. We still put the reel up.
We did. Waitai Tua deep in defence for the Magpies. They go long down the wing. Laverty makes a contest. Sitting at the back there was Melville. Hair pass was intercepted. Rigoni kick into space just over the head of Dylan Wilson. Grow a couple of inches, Dylan, you would have marked. Kicked long out of defence by the Magpies. It bounces to the middle of the ground. It might work out here for Blake Newton. Wrapped up by 2 Rovers. Holding the ball. Correct decision. Had opportunity to get rid of it and wasn't able to. And it's a free kick to the Rovers. They go straight away through Rigoni. Centre wing, far side of the ground.
Mark has been taken by Catapan. How many for him, Dan Vaccaro? Thanks to 40 links.
Let's go with 13, Gussie.
Right, so you haven't taken his numbers, or?
No.
He's not on the stat sheet.
Nope.
Jeez, not enough room for
Dan
Sam.
only does 3 or 4 these days, mate.
I'm doing 5. Tell me who you would like out.
Spitzy, if you can.
Not doing Spitzy.
You got Lockie O'Brien. He's been busy.
Nope.
Right, he's got the ball. What about this guy, Ed
Damon? I'm doing his.
How many for him?
He's about to have his 10th disposal.
There we go. Thanks to 40 Winks. Good to see some sponsors getting value for money. Inside 50. Murray got pushed in the back. Tried to milk it. Umpire's got the whistle away. Tweedale, big crunching play from him. Ball's in dispute. Umpire calls for it. Top of the goal square will ball it up. They're starting to go inside 50 with a bit more poise, the Rovers. Will ball it up 15 metres from goal.
Third term for Wodonga MG. We've applied 5 minutes for Maccas. Christie grabbing it out of the ruck, kick smothered, tried to kick a goal. Catapan, his kick also smothered. In the end, Thompson picks it up, high up and under. It's gone through for a goal. 3 kicks were smothered. Thompson on the 4th occasion got it right. And the Rovers kick the first of the third quarter. They move out to a 20-point lead.
It almost looks as if the Rovers have taken it as a bit of an offence at quarter time in regards to the stoppage work, because they've gone to another level. They've gone to beast mode around the stoppages, DVAC, and the numbers sort of support that at the half time, show that they're really dominant around those stoppages, and they're nothing better than a stoppage goal inside 50.
Yeah, 21 clearances for the game, Wangaratta Rovers, and Wangaratta Magpies have had 11, so they are absolutely mauling them in the clearances. And Charlie Thompson, I'll tell you what I'm doing, his stats, boys, 10 disposals for him and a goal as well, so he's been good.
And it looks like Sam Murray's going to stay at full forward. Who's he playing on, Panda?
Casper the Ghost.
He's playing on Jaspin.
Jasper Craven.
Jasper Craven.
New nickname, Crasper.
Crasper. In the middle. Knowles just trying to put some ascendancy on the contest. Goes with a delicate handball out wide. And now the Magpies go inside 50. Trying to crumb this one was Lavity. And he got crunched in the tackle. Joel Smith got Tim Bobby J.
Just a quick one. The Wangaratta Waterboy just asked me, is David Wink working today? And I said, no, he's not today. So I see you haven't got the number 1 team today.
Ooh, there we go. Who was that?
That'd be Fraze.
Fraze?
That'd be Fraze.
Okay.
Number 1 Waterboy in the O&M, Fraze. Long down the line goes Jez Rigoni for the Wangaratta Rovers. Ovens River side of the ground. Mopped up nicely here by Hewitt. Inside 50 he goes, and Lavity. He marks it and he says, Jace, get yourself back a metre and stand on the man of the mark, and I'm going to go back and have a shot from 25 on a slight angle.
This would be good for his confidence, because I think they're looking for this guy to step up and play a real role inside that 50. They spoke about the connections they've got inside 50, and this guy is an important piece for them going forward.
He'd want to kick it after the old chest shove to Jace McQuaid.
He's kicked the goal in every single game this year, Xavier Lavity. Let's see if he can continue the stat to the Evan Street ends. Umpire says it's good.
Oh.
Just what the doctor ordered for the Wangaratta Magpies. They bring the margin back to 14 points here on O&M Live, thanks to the team at Peterbowen Homes.
Yeah, what a finish there by Xavier Lavity, and he's having such a good year. As our number 2 statsman David Wink touched on in his podcast as well. So
in his podcast,
Xavier Lavity in our podcast.
There we go. There we go.
We're a team. I'm the host. I'm number 1. But yes, Xavier Lavity did a fantastic job there, and Wangaratta Magpies just much needed there, and their clearance work just needs to lift, as we said before. Only the 12 clearances for the game and 21 for Wangaratta Rovers.
Was our man flustered then? It sounded a little flustered.
I think he was just a little flustered.
Not at all.
Fraze McKenzie has that effect on people.
100%.
Probably have just left him out of a top 5 and he doesn't like me.
Damon Murray working hard. Left foot kicks a beauty to the space of O'Brien, who kicked the point of the year before. Into the pocket he goes. Look at that for a kick from O'Brien. Tom Boyd on a searching lead. Tied up against the paint. He's a metre in from the boundary. He's going to play on and kick it to the top of the goal square. He likes Ed Damon, and why not? Oh, he got 2 mitts to it and spilled it the last minute. Able to get it on the boot anyway. Ed Damon with a steal on goal today. Dropped the mark, kicked the goal. Sloppy play from the Pies, and the Rovers bounce back straight away. Margin back to 20.
Yeah, the big fella just floating down in the inside 50 after the centre stoppage, and dangerous. He's a dangerous player. He's such a good player, but now he's just dangerous inside that forward 50. You got to give him attention all day. And the Lockie O'Brien's just starting to float to the top as well, boys. He's starting to get a fair bit of footy.
Yeah, Lockie O'Brien's so fit. So generally in these games in the 3rd and 4th quarter, the cream just rises to the top. But Ed Damon, he's just unbelievable, boys. 11 disposals for him. He would have had a handful of clearances, and he's kicked a very important goal there.
A lot of weird magnet positions. You've got Lockie O'Brien starting here at centre half forward, matching up on Melville. We've had Matt Hayden on ball. You've got Sam Murray at full forward. It's all happening here. Allison for the Rovers gets it onto Damon, kicks in the nick of time, inside 50, sitting in the hole, nice mark. Been taken by Paddy Wright, who's been really impressive today for the Wangaratta Magpies. He's got it at true centre half back. The run comes from Matt Grossman, who kicks out wide, finds a teammate in Waitai Tua, across left half back, in front of Bay 13 here at the Normins Oval.
The River Bar.
60-40, the Rovers lead the Magpies. Long down the line, turned over. Will Christie's in the hole for the Rovers. Not many options are presenting for him. He's slightly into attack, true centre wing, Ovens River side. So he's just going to lob wedge this one up into a bit of space. Bordignong got hands on it. Now the ball's at the back of the contest with Waitai Tua. He got it from Paddy Wright, who kicks long down the line. Clark made a contest. Jace McQuaid tracks it, wants the boundary, keeps it alive. No, out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Far side here on the Norm Minns Oval, where the Rovers maintain a lead despite the fact there has been 3 goals this term. 60-40, Peter Bowen home scoreboard. Blake Panderescott for the Northo.
What do you got for us, Dan? Who's lighting up that stat sheet in this third quarter?
Yeah, well, Brody Pho's lighting up the stat sheet the whole game. He's up to 21 disposals for him, and the goals. So he's just been fantastic.
Hayden hurriedly into attack. There's a whistle, and there's a free kick to the Pies. It's going to be Tilly, I reckon, 30 out directly in front. Bobby J for Coratiles.
It looks like a downfield free kick, was it, lads? I couldn't quite work out where that free kick came from.
For a hold.
I reckon it was a hold, yep.
Hold, okay. So Aiden Tilly, he demands that respect inside that forward 51-on-1. We saw last week Charlie Morrison struggle with that matchup, and he's a tough dude to match up on. He's a real 6'4", 6'5" operator.
So Aiden Tilly's already kicked 2, and it's to bring the margin back to 14. He's directly in front, 35 metres out, casual approach, hangs it out to the right. Big let off for the Rovers, minus score for the Pies, 6-5-41 to the Rovers, 9-6-60, 19 points the advantage, 11 minutes gone for Maccas. That's on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard.
Game really needed that one, Bobby J, didn't it?
Yes, from a Magpies point of view, they certainly need to put some pressure on. They're getting enough opportunities to suggest that they can be close enough. They just need to make the most of those set shots from inside the 50, from in front.
Murray just kicks long down the line for the Rovers in towards a bit of grass. Coming up with the football was Allison, something from nothing, kicking long down the line, and the mark's been taken. Christie, overlapping run to Stone. Stone down the line to O'Brien, who looks like he's resting forward. Bit of a 3-way rotation. Kicking inside forward 50 with a well-weighted pass. Trying to find Stone. Gee, that was clever from Dylan. Paddy Wright was up to the challenge as well. Umpires put the whistle away. Norton onto Tua. Tua wants to find the boundary and he gets there. Out of bounds for a boundary throw in, Bobby J.
Just with that O'Brien-Melville matchup, O'Brien went to Melville across half-back initially to stop him from rolling up to the stoppage, and now it's backflipped, and now Melville's playing more of a defensive role on O'Brien across half-forward, who's sneaking into that midfield as a high half-forward.
Knowlesy got one around the chops then, and the umpire said play on. Big crunching tackle from Paddy Wright on Philo. Spills out here to Marjanovic. Hurried kick, he was under pressure. Dribbles along the far wing. Laverty wasn't able to take possession. Allison cleverly tapped it back, but the hand pass from the Rovers was intercepted by Hayden. They win it back though. Hurriedly off a step. Ledger punts it to half forward. Nolan doing well at half forward today. Shagger playing a different role. Adding to those weird magnets you were speaking about before, Gussie. Look at Shagger. You got no idea what he's doing down there.
He might be lost.
Yeah, no, he's gone to Barrett, boys. He's playing defensive forward role.
I like it. Stoppage just outside attacking 50. Marjanovic swings it over his shoulder. Not a great kick. Dropping the mark in the middle of the ground was Ledger. It allowed Jackson Clark to weave through traffic. Spits a handball out wide. Richards, bit of toe of foot. Left foot into the pocket. Tilly sliding down in front of Cooper. Aiden Tilly can make amends from the set shot from directly in front before. He'll kick this every bit of 50 on a 45-degree angle.
Again, after taking a mark inside 50, he's watched about 3 or 4 teammates run past that he could have quite easily given them footy to, but that's taking the responsibility of a key forward, so he needs to get the major here.
Playing from behind, you just read the ball better than the rest. I reckon the Rovers got to get goal side, Panda.
Yep, he's kicked 2 to Aiden Tilly. Once again, it's a slow, casual approach, but this time it's much better. No, it's not. It's a minor score. Geez, the umpire sold me up the river there, the Ovens River. And Wangaratta go to 6-6-42 to the Rovers 9-6-60. Couple of shots I reckon Tilly would like back, Gussie.
2 minors in this third term, and he's kicked 1 goal 3 for the day.
2-3, sorry.
2-3, pardon. He'd like those 2 back. The Rovers get the ball inboard. Ball's in the hands of Rigoni, who kicks dangerously through the corridor. Not many players can do much with that, despite the fact Catapan and a few of the other best, like Squid Melville, are amongst it. Umpire's going to ball it up, about where I start my run up from in a game of cricket, about 2 metres from the stumps.
But you're a little off spinning dinglers.
Mate, I won the bowling award 3 years in a row.
In C grade.
You're also the captain, aren't you?
Vice captain. Perks of the job. Here's Richards at centre half forward. Sells a bit of candy. Flings it out wide. Here's Bean being quiet today. Centres the ball. It was the right option. But the Rovers had numbers in the hole. Parnell was up to the challenge. Chips the ball short and he finds a teammate. in Schulte or is it Clellan? Umpire says don't worry about it, play on. Coming to the middle of the ground was Parnell. Kicks towards grass. Murray's got to get a good bounce. Doesn't quite get it. Jasper Craven hot on his heels. Murray said he held him. Oh, no. Murray gave away a free kick to Jaspin. And Jaspin's got it in the back pocket. And I reckon there was just enough of a jumper pull there, Panda.
Yeah, there was.
Little tinky one.
You've given him your own nickname now. Jaspin. I called him
right.
Crasper. He goes down the line. It wasn't a good kick. It's been intercepted by Charlie Thompson. Goes short, not 15. Parnell runs into trouble, and then hand passes hurriedly to Sherik. Turnover. Can the Magpies make him pay? Marjanovic onto Tilly. Front posse. Oh, what a fist from Cooper. A brilliant defensive fist. He looked all certain to give away a free kick for defensive front on contact. Made fist of the ball, and it's a boundary throw and 30 metres out from the Magpie goal. What a defensive effort that was, Bobby J. We'll get back to you soon. Toss back in. Damon. Deft tap down to Cooper. Shovels it out of defence. Good mark by Jez Rigoni at half-back for the Rovers.
Qualified for Rovers finals now, just to add some more strength and height to an already star-studded lineup. Long down the line, Grossman would like that back again. Get him some grippo phrase. Out of bounds or a boundary throw in true centre wing, Bob.
Yeah, Nathan Cooper's closing speed was really impressive there, wasn't it? He sort of made up the last 5 or 6 metres really, really quickly and got that defensive spoiling. So there's another little bit of trick up their sleeve, I suppose, to throw him down back.
He's a VFL team of the year, 2 year in a row defender, Gussie.
Yeah.
Pretty good asset to have. O'Brien swings around, got the kick away. Thompson handballs to the advantage of Catapan. Catapan's kick was smothered. Didn't make really good contact. Well done, Paddy Wright onto Tweedale. Dump tackle. Umpire says no. It was a 2-motion tackle, but it was okay from Dill Wilson. The Rovers lead here 9-6-60 to the Magpies 6-6-42. It's on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard, and we played 17 minutes here in this third term, all thanks to Maccas. Only the 3 goals, 2 to the Rovers, 1 to the Maggies.
Gus and Panda with you for the Northo. Vicara on the 40-week stat sheet, and Bobby J for Cora Tiles. As the Rovers go in again, McCarthy sits under a high footy, brings it to ground level. We have a ball up 10 metres inside 50 here for the Wangaratta Rovers. As Gussie said, only 3 goals in this third quarter for Peter Bowen Holmes. And Albridonga MG, 2 to the Rovers, 1 to the Pies. Tweedale just pushed Christie in the back. That was right in front of umpire Matty Hughes. A strange free kick to give away, and Christie can go back for goal number 3. He'll have to kick this from 50.
A little bit of frustration there, I think, by Tweedale, because I think the contest before, he got a roar into the deal in regards to the contest, and I think there's a little bit of frustration in that one.
It was right in front of the umpire too, and he was not going to miss that. And Christie, who's kicked 2 straight for the day. This had hurt because Tilly's had a couple of shots at the other end. Will Christie will make contact with the Sharon about 46 metres out, gets very close to the man on the mark. It's out to the right, it lands in the goal square, big fist from heaps of players, and it's over the line for a minor score. The Rovers move to 61, the Pies 42, 19 points the lead. The Peter Bowen home scoreboard, we've gone 19 for Maccas.
Inside 50s, 40 wings, Dan Vicara.
Yeah, well, this quarter it's 8 apiece, and for the game it's 32 plays 27.
In favour of?
Wangaratta Rovers, sorry.
So the Magpies need to get their, I suppose, a bit more bang for their buck when they go inside 50. It's going to be another inside 50 of the Rovers. Shagger, Nolan to McCarthy. It was a worm burner, but it stayed off the turf, and Alex slid in to take a mark, and he'll go back and have a set shot. 40 metres out, 45-degree angle, well and truly in his range, Bob.
It certainly is, and we spoke about Shagger Nolan's role of a defensive forward on Cam Barrett, and you know, there's nothing better than seeing a defensive player do some really good work offensively with the footy in hand, and that was an outstanding pass inside 50.
Could have blazed away the Shagger.
He doesn't kick many goals, Shagger. Would have been in the back of his mind. Here's McCarthy. This would be a real dagger for the Magpies. He's absolutely shanked it. Out of bounds on the full. Won't trouble the scorers. Won't trouble Dan Vicaro's 40-wing stat sheet. That'll trouble Sam Murray in the review.
Out of bounds on the full. No
Again.
Score. 61-42. And my man Jasper Craven. Oh, going high there was Jackson Clark. Wasn't able to mark. Bean. Hand pass had too much pepper on it from Tyler Norton. Spills out here at halfback to Tweedale. Puts Melville under pressure. Ran down from behind from Catapan. Thompson trying to break through a couple of tackles. He got a hand pass free. It was good. Catapan, no look over the head. Hand pass to Schulte. Retreats to Nolan. Off a step. He's going to sit this to the top of the goal square. Coming across from defence. Here's Tom Boyd in a good position up against Paddy Wright. Lots of players piling in. And the umpire says, give it to me. 20 out from Rover goal. They're in a dangerous position. They lead by 19 points at the 20th minute mark for Maccas. Third term for Wangaratta MG.
Jacko Clark's at full forward. Got to get him on ball for mine. Just get his dominance and class around the pill. Inside forward 50 for the Rovers. Trying to break away is Federico. Nolan crunched him. Umpire says another stoppage. What's alarming on the footy, Winks? Daniel?
Well, you hit the nail on the head with timing. Alex Federico, he had 8 disposals in the first quarter, 4 in the second, and 1 so far in the third.
Damon from the ruck contest, toe poked it forward. Coming through was Thompson. Did he get pushed in the back? Umpire said no. There was momentum carrying him. But I tell you what, he tried to milk every little bit out of that. We'll ball the footy up, top of the goal square. The Rovers would love to get one here. The Maggies need to stand up, Panda.
They do. They trail by 19 points. Feel like they need the next. Thompson for 2 1/4. Oh, Charlie Thompson with class. Swung out of the stoppage, put it on his left boot. And after a quiet first term, the Waffle Best and Fairest winner has kicked 2 wonderful goals in this third quarter, and the margin's out to 25.
Yeah, another stoppage goal for the Rovers. They're starting to really stamp their authority around the stoppage and clearance game. And they're just, one thing I've noticed is they're just doing the 1% things really, really well, and they're sharing the footy amongst teammates really, really well. And it's just it's a sign of a really good side starting to hit their straps when they're starting to share the footy and be selfless.
Yeah, you're absolutely spot on, Bobby Jackson. The clearance work has just been an absolute mauling by the Rovers all game, but Charlie Thompson this quarter has just been fantastic. 15 disposals for the game. He's had 6 disposals this quarter and kicked 2 goals, Gussie.
Over to you, Wangaratta Magpies. They need one, and they need one quick. In the middle. In the hands now of Brody Pho for the Rovers. Brings it out towards the wing, and O'Brien has too much pace for Tua. Tied up on the boundary line. Umpire's now going to call him to play on. That he does. O'Brien on the left. He's normally a good kick. Inside 50, goes to a 2-on-1. Boyd wasn't overly happy. And Tweedale chops out for the Magpies. He's got the ball across half back with not many options presenting. So long down the line is going to be his best bet. That's what he does. Trying to find Tilly. He flies in across. His opposing player was Damon, who got the ball onto Philo for the Rovers. Inside 50. One-on-one battle. Well done, Tweedale. Won himself a free kick against Boyd. Contest. The Magpies got it at full back now with Fraser Ellis, who kicks out wide, trying to find a teammate. He's got Jackson Clark at half back.
Left half back, overlap hand pass to the run of Cam Barrett, who looks up and sees bugger all. So he swings on the left foot back to Dan Sherik, who dropped the mark. Allison had him for pressure. The Rovers win it back through Parnell. Goes by hand to Ledjack Catapan. It was very quick on to Philo. Shows the footy to Hayden, who says, no sirree, not on my watch, Brody. It's a free kick holding the ball to big Matty Hayden in the middle of the ground. They trail by 25 points here, the Pies. 3 goals to 1 in the third quarter for Wangaratta MG. He spits it out wide, hit a wide tie Tua. Could have gone to Craven and said, like something at half 40, finds Lavity on a searching lead. Gussie, 2 kicks from home for the Northo.
They need a goal from this one. Lavity winds up top of the goal square. Need to find a teammate. Out the back's Clark. Breaks away from one. Handballs to the open goal. Welcome back, Dooley Sherik. Dan Sherik got it from a brilliant hand pass from Jackson Clark. And against the run of play, Dan Sherik goals to the Wangaratta Magpies. Margin back to 19 points.
Tilly slow to get up, Bobby J.
Yeah, just a clash there. He put his body on the line for his team there, and the much-needed goal to the Magpies. They wheeled that ball forward, and there was almost a let's get one and see what happens sort of feeling about it, where Xavier Lavity took a nice mark on a lead and swung onto that trusty left foot and got it in nice and deep and nice and quick. And you called for Jackson Clark to move on to the footy, but actions like that there, Gus, that lifts teams. Like he busted a tackle and busted a pack and got that footy out and it created a goal. So he's gone into the midfield, so hopefully we can see Jackson Clark putting a bit of a stamp on this game.
Dan, the thing I loved about that from Xavier Lavity, he got the ball going quick, didn't he?
Yeah, I loved it. And the one thing, if you're going to pick anyone to kick a goal to get Magpies back in the game, you want Dan Sherik doing it in his first game back.
Would have preferred a bomb from downtown though, Peter.
Yeah. Tell you what, you can put it down to the tackle from Matty Hayden on Brody Pho as well, just to win it back when the Rovers looked out. Ellis at half-back. Can they get back-to-back goals here, the Pies? He swings it out really wide. There's a free kick here. And it's going to go the way to Xavier Allison. In fact, I think he marked the footy on centre wing. Chips it over the top to Noah Schulte. Played almost every game in his debut year. He goes short to Jez Rigoni. He's going to play on straight away and pump it long for the Rovers. Who's flying? Boyd. Ball gets out the back. Magpie defence under pressure. O'Brien keeps his footing onto Brody Pho. Got a banana kick away, but it was smothered. Grossman wins it back here for the Pies. He doesn't know where to go, so he just goes long down the middle.
High up and under. Sherik had a go at it. Probably the best option there from Grossman, just to buy himself a bit more time, but the Rovers are going to penetrate inside 50 once again. Tweedale's the spare, went through his mitts. Murray at ground level left it behind. Grossman has to hang on to the pill, and he does so. We get a stoppage 25 metres out from goal. So the umpire's going to call for this one. We'll ball it up. All the Rovers players are behind the ball, and the Magpies were stuck in defence. Time back on, says the men in green. Knowles in the ruck against McCarthy. At ground level, Jackson Clark left it behind. Catapan came through.
Just a quick
and
one, boys.
Stoppage, Bob.
Aiden Tilly has come off with a bit of a left, I'm going to say lower leg limp, so we'll just keep it a bit of an eye on that. He came off and shook his head straight away with the trainer, so he's just trying to walk it off there in front of you guys there in the commentary box.
Third term for Orbadonga MG. 26 played for Maccas as the siren sounds, and Aiden Tilly looks a little proppy right in front of our commentary position for the Wangaratta Magpies. Can't afford to lose Aiden Tilly. They've got a massive month coming up, the Magpies, and they've got a massive quarter ahead. They trail by 19 points over the Rovers. 7-6-48 the Pies. The Rovers 10-7-67 on 2AY, Edge FM and O&M Snap Print Solutions TV. The fourth quarter of the second edition of the Wangaratta Derby. On the other side of this, it's O&M Live, where you will not miss a thing.
Kia, movement that inspires.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
Every day we look after our family first. We go on adventures, we entertain with them, we care for them. Tobin Brothers Funerals will look after your family too. With a fixed price funeral plan, you can be assured your family won't be burdened by the cost of your funeral. Tobin Brothers are a trusted name since 1934 and take pride in creating funeral solutions. Tobin Brothers Funerals, Wodonga and Corowa, celebrating lives.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
%100% local.
Wangaratta Derby number 2 in 2025, and it sees the Rovers with a 19-point advantage at the final change. 10-7-67 over their arch rivals, the Magpies, 6-6-48. Blake Pandaresco with you, Bandussiders, Bobby Jackson. We've got Gus McLeod up here as well, and Dan Vaccaro on our 40-wing stat sheet, who's going to give us our Albury Vital Air quarters best in the third quarter, Dan.
Thank you, Panda. Charlie Thompson, we were talking about him off air. He had a huge third quarter. He had 6 disposals, but he kicked 2 goals. His clearance work was outstanding. He would have had 3 or 4 clearances as well. So fantastic work there by Charlie Thompson. For Wangaratta Magpies, pretty spread evenly around the ground, but Jackson Clark, he was big that quarter. Gussie asked him to get in the midfield. Hopefully he's in there in the last quarter, but he was good around the goal mouth. 6 disposals for him.
Alrighty, as I said, the 19-point advantage to the way the Wangaratta Rovers. They trailed by 7 points at quarter time. They then led by 14 points at halftime, and they now hold a 19-point advantage at the final change. We might just head down to Bobby Jackson if we can.
Yeah, I've got
He's
Kyle.
stalking Kyle Raven.
Yeah, Kyle. Was Sammy Murray just a little bit more vocal than normal just then?
No, I don't think so. I don't actually listen to a lot of his addresses, to be perfectly honest, but I don't think so. I think that must be standard. You'd have to ask someone else, Bobby. Sorry.
So what was the message there? A noticeable difference after quarter time in regards to the stoppage work. Is that something that he just wants to ram home?
Yeah, a lot of our scores have come from clearance today. So if we stick on top in clearance, I think we should be able to win the game. So fingers crossed.
Thanks, Kyle. Thanks, mate.
Quote of the year.
I don't listen to what he says.
He's an assistant coach. I don't listen to a lot of what he says.
Yeah, that's so good. I love that. That is an absolute pisser.
Oh, Kyle.
How does he get a free trip to China on the back of that?
One of the best real estates in town.
He's very
that man.
dry, isn't he, that man?
I like it. He's one of the best in the business, is our man Kyle Raven. And he's doing a very good job.
Jason Heatley just walking past. He looks very grumpy, Jason Heatley.
He's having a couple of lollies. He's all right.
Nah, he red as a beetroot, Peter.
Right, okay. Well, you can go and have a chat with him after the game.
No, I'm staying clear.
Are the Maggies a sniffy, boys?
Well, I think they are. They got to kick the first goal. Wangaratta derbies always go right down to the wire, Gussie. You can never count any side out. So I reckon if the Magpies can kick a sniff, they'll kick the first couple. They'll be right.
Have a look at old mate here. I reckon he's got the same suit from yesterday's wedding.
He's got a green demon with VB.
And he's got a green demon. I reckon he's rolled in from yesterday's wedding.
Absolutely sloshed it, man.
He's got half a shirt untucked.
He's got his chest hair hanging out.
What a weapon. Welcome to the derby.
Can we interview him?
Yeah, he's our anytime fitness
Bobby,
player
he's
of the
the
day.
player of the day, mate.
Is that the fella with the mullet?
He hasn't slept in a week.
I saw him early doors. He looked...
I saw him during the twos when we were setting up, and I went, he's a man who's had a big night.
Creature of the night, he is.
Fourth quarter underway with Gus McLeod for tyre power. The Rovers by 19.
We'll meet that bloke at the Northo after this game. Murray from the centre clearance for the Rovers. Just handballs it forward. Damon, he kicked it into O'Brien's arse. He'll have Sharon printed on his backside tomorrow. Philo retreats via hand back to O'Brien. Kicks up to half forward. Oh, Watermelon would have drowned McCarthy, but he crumbed it and he kicked it and he misses it. Across the face for a minor score. 10-8-68 the Rovers. 7-6-48 the Wangaratta Magpies. Hot start on the Border Switchboard scoreboard. And speaking of Border Switchboards, a big shout out To the team at Border Switchboards, the
Brennan
runner
Genvy.
today, Brennan Genvy. He would like the fourth term Border Switchboard scoreboard to slightly favour the black and white.
Yes, he would. Of course, he's a stalwart of the Pies. Melville with the kick-in duties. Aggressive, straight down the middle. Pepper on it for Jackson Clark, and Allison marks in the centre square for the Rovers. There's a bit of space 20 out from their goal, and that's where Allison's going to sit it. Looking for Grossman. Goes back in defence for the Wangaratta Magpies. He's done it for a long time as Matty Grossman. He goes out wide to the grandstand side. Laverty is in his own D50, not where they want him with the footy. Hit one goal in that third quarter. Feel like he's got to have a big term. Aggressive kick. It's been chopped off by Dill Wilson, who was about to play on and set fire for goal, but he says, no, I'm going to take my time here. I have the distance. He's going to go back and make this almost a game-winning lead, 26 from 48 metres out.
Just keeping a bit of an eye on Aiden Tilly here, boys. I think he's really lame at the moment across half forward for the Wangaratta Magpies, and that's something they'll have to make a call on sooner rather than later in regards to the future of the season.
Dill Wilson, this would really sting. He'll kick from 50. Distance is not an issue, and it's not troubled the scorers.
Barry Crocker, that one.
Yep, it's floated out of bounds on the full. That's our 10th, 11th, 12th out of bounds on the full for the day, I reckon.
Yep.
No score.
That was a bloody awful kick from Dylan.
Yep.
Bobby J.
Correct.
So the Magpies have got the footy at full back, and they're going to open up in front of the scoreboard and go the River side. Fraser Ellis, I reckon he's been good today for the Magpies. Had a really good season. Playing that wing role very well. Long down the line is where he's going to go to kick. And the mark's been taken by big Joshy Tweedale, who's worked into the game nicely, played a variety of roles. And now they're running through Hewitt. Kicks up to half forward. Tilly's gone down, and he is in absolute agony. He's done for the day, and watch out for the rest of the year. Melville, handballs over the top. Well done by Hayden. Feeds in towards a bit of space, but it's turned over. Smith goes out wide, and he finds Kieran Parnell. Bobby J, that is bad news for Aiden Tilly.
You didn't want that. I think that he was out there just to see if he could run it off type sort of an operation. I think he might have backfired.
Has not moved, in agony on the ground, holding his left foot, Aiden Tilly. So let's hope.
Is it a syndesmosis or something
No
like that?
idea. He can't put any weight on it, and he's coming slowly from the ground, is Aiden Tilly.
That could be a season-defying moment right there.
Damon's going to go long to the hot spot. Christie got two hands to it, claiming the mark at the front. Is Tom Boyd. I reckon Christie actually got most of that. Boyd floated in from the front. Ash Broughton's coming together here with Matty Hughes, calling him together.
Ball up.
And saying it's a ball up, which I reckon the correct decision. Christie got most of that, and Aiden Tilly has three trainers taking him off because he cannot put any weight on his left foot. Ball up, 20 out from Rover goal, who have done all the attacking in this fourth quarter for Tyre Power. Christie shoots a hand pass out to Thompson over the footy. Two Magpies over him. We have a stoppage right in front of the scoreboard, which reads 10-8-68 the Rovers, 7-6-48 the Pies.
Might get Reece Rayner on our camera just to get a quick shot of Aiden Tilly here when we get a chance. He'll be on the ground for another 10 minutes at this rate, out of bounds. And I tell you what, Aiden Tilly, he's in a lot of agony here. This is a big moment for the Magpies. He's being carried off by three trainers. The pictures with Reece on the camera and Luke Chilcott from Wangaratta Indigo Computers doing a fantastic job on the Snap Print Solutions TV. Hope you enjoyed the call. Out of bounds once again from this ruck contest. And Bobby J, you're finally going to get a good look at Aiden Tilly. It's taking the best part of 2 minutes to get off.
Looks like he's favouring a foot. If I'm going to put my doctor's
syndesmosis. Severely called.
Stethoscope. What is it called?
Old Dr. Dan Vaccaro.
I've called it.
He knows what it's about, doesn't he, Gussie?
Back into play. Christie tries to find Stones, spins out of trouble. McCarthy's trying to keep it alive. Barrett got chicken winged. Umpire blows for a ball up, tied up in the pocket. The Rovers still leading the goalless fourth term by 20 points here thanks to Border Switchboards. But the Magpies, they need to get a goal and they need it quickly. 5 minutes gone for Maccas.
Fourth term for A1 Tyre Power. All the ascendancy going the way of the Rovers. Christie's tap was a beauty to space. Grossman overran the footy. Rovers pounce. McCarthy got a high one. Yep. McCarthy got a high free kick against Grossman. Put his head over the pill, and McCarthy can go back and make this very difficult for the Pies.
Yeah, just 2 or 3 players going hard at the footy there, and an errant arm got McCarthy across the chops, so he's getting a free kick at goal here. Yeah, 15 metres out, dead set in front. I'm just watching Aiden Tilly here. They're just taking his boot off now, so we'll get a report in a sec.
So this will make things really hard for the Pies. Point blank range, Alex McCarthy to kick his second for the day. He pops it through just. Made the umpire work. It doesn't matter. And it's through for a goal. 26 points to lead. 5 minutes gone for Maccas. Awfully hard for the Magpies now.
Impossible. I'm calling it, Panda. I reckon that is game over. Rovers are going to do it now.
Kick of the
really
curtains,
good finish.
Dan Vaccaro.
I'm going to give it curtains, and obviously sad to see Aiden Tilly go down as well, so looking forward to seeing what is wrong with Aiden Tilly. And really good finish there in the inside 50 count all day. Rovers, they've had 38 inside 50s to 29, so it's been a dominant display.
You're looking forward to seeing what is wrong with him?
No, well, I'm concerned to see what's wrong with him.
Okay. Gus and I's eyebrows just raised just a little bit, weren't they, Gus?
I could have worded that better.
What have you got for us, Bobby J. Corowa Tiles?
No, he's just got the sock off now, and he's getting a bit of a...
He looks pretty flat though, doesn't he, Bob?
Yeah, the cues in the rack there.
So, Alex McCarthy, goals for the Rovers, 74 to 48. Dan Vaccaro's called curtains. Over to you, Wangaratta. Philo won the clearance inside 50 for the Rovers. Shagging Owens at the wrong end of the ground still. He'd be lost. He applies a tackle, and the umpire calls for it. For a ball up, 45 metres out from Rovers' goal. 11-8-74 to 7-6-48. The brown and gold lead the black and white. Knowles and Christie give it to Knowles. Jasper Craven left it behind. Well done, Del Zotto. Mopped up here by the Magpies. Here's Hewitt. He's been really impressive today, the youngster for mine. Long down the line to a 3-on-1. And Nathan Cooper, who's gone into defence in this fourth term, has just given a big golden fist. Spud Froy will be happy with that one, Bobby J.
Geez, a fair lump for that Nathan Cooper, isn't he? He dominated that contest. He was the only one that sort of had any sort of authority going towards the footy.
Global and trending O&M Live, receiving text messages from the Mediterranean.
I just got one as well.
Yes.
Dave.
Hello to the Sinclair and Lespina family over there. Oh, that's got to be a free kick to Parnell. Yep. Maxi Bean just impeded his shoulder, brought him down without the footy, and Parnell retreats back to Cooper, who looks very at home in defence. It's fair to say.
Funny that.
Yep. He has kicked 20-odd goals for the year, though. Looks good forward, but he just looks better in defence.
That bloke called Tom Boyd. Forward looks okay too.
You can ask Sam after the game. Lockie O'Brien with the ball on centre wing. He's been called to play on.
By the crowd.
He goes with a big barrel. Oh, what a kick from Boyd. It almost works out there. Boyd almost marked it. It was O'Brien, in fact. Knowles, quick hurried kick. Likewise, with a torpedo. It was spilt by Parnell on the wing. Laverty dives over the footy. Hand passes to Richards. On to Hayden. Breaks through a couple and kicks to a contest inside 50.
It's a big wrestle here. Going at it was Newton and McQuaid. McQuaid and Newton. Now Newton. Standing start on the left. The Maggies need a good bounce, and they don't get it. They needed it to break right, but it broke left. Minor score. The Maggies moved to 49. The Rovers 74. Bobby J. They needed a bit of luck, the black and white.
They needed a wrong and they got the leg break, so that was unfortunate, but they do need a little bit of a roll on really quick smarty if they're going to make a game of this.
25 points to Border Switchboards. The Rovers hold the advantage at the 9th minute mark for Macca's fourth term. Just Dan, if we can.
Yeah, inside 50 count. This quarter 3 apiece, but the clearance work is still getting dominated.
What a fly that was. Caught behind was Jez Rigoni. Almost took mark of the day. It was a Mawson's concrete attempt. Just didn't hold on to the chockies. And we got a stoppage out on the Ovens River side of the ground. The umpire waits for the ruckman to run to the contest. They wrestle. Knowles, hurried kick out of the congestion. It's floated out on the tarmac on the velodrome, and it's out of bounds on the full.
Just had some mail coming through. I'll keep it anonymous, but old mate in the suit, he's just rolled in from Chilton's team of the last 25 years celebration last night. So he turned up at the function in the same suit, and he's rolled in today.
Still drinking Green Demon.
Still drinking Green Demons, but he must be a good footballer because he's in Chilton's team with the 25 years.
You try and work, well, and we won't give a name, but I'm sure we know who it is now.
Well, he had a grey suit on, black pants, and he's still wearing it. Take your guess.
Here we go. Stone goes inside forward 50 with an ordinary kick. Clean bowls a couple. Jackson Hewitt has a bit of work to do. Nolan right on his hammer. Hewitt got a hurried kick away. Poor bounce, Ellis. Allison fakes one way with a dummy, pops it over the top to Schulte, retreats to Philo, drilling kick into the pocket over the head of Murray. Grossman sweeps up for the Pies. He exits D50 to Clark.
Clark in the corridor, breaks away and takes a bounce. He's in the centre circle now, the captain, kicking inside 50. Lavity, one-on-one, just dropped it. Well done in the contest by Parnell.
Oh!
Is it a goal?
Yep.
I reckon it is.
Mid-air.
The Wangaratta Magpies with Xavier Lavity, something from nothing. He dropped the mark, kicks his second, but just got it at the final moment. Bobby showing why he can never give up.
Exactly right, and you called for it at three-quarter time for the captain in Jackson Clark to get in that middle, and that was exactly what you were looking for there, breaking through the lines and kicking the ball deep inside 50. And Xavier Lavity, plenty of potential and plenty of ability. I think there's been a few signs today. Well, there's a little bit of argy-bargy inside that forward 50, boys.
Oh
dear.
There's
Someone's
more
getting
than argy-bargy.
ripped to the ground. Brody Pho and Hayden.
It's Matt Hayden, no surprise. He's very good on the lip.
His brother walked past us before. Of course, head of AFL Northeast Border.
Chalk and cheese, them two.
Yep.
One's very measured, one's very good on the lip.
I like it. Federico.
You call.
Out of the stoppage. You watch the fight, Gussie. Marjanovic just left the footy behind. The Magpies. Pirouetting was Richards. Hand pass intercepted, though. Schulte onto McCarthy. Philo with his hands out says, give it to me. Good person to give it to. Showing the ball was Dalzotto. Left foot hurried, kicked a half forward. Schulte with gut running. He gave the hand pass off before. Now he's at half forward. Kick had too much pepper on it for Murray, but he made it look all right. Almost grabbed the mark. Hand pass intercepted by Thompson. Breaks one. Bounces. Snap on goal for his third is a major. Showed the candy, took the bounce, hand in the air running away from Thompson. Kicks his third and then he fell over. He fell over with the high five with his teammate.
I reckon Catapan's pushed him over.
It was either Catapan or Dylan Stone, but he pushed him over on his ass and it's through for a goal. 80 plays 55, Bobby J for Corowa Tiles.
He's had an absolute crack at it, HLA Thompson. 3 goals from the midfield, and he's been an absolute catalyst for that stoppage and clearance work that we've been speaking about the last 2.5 quarters. And
just looked at the replay, Bobby.
A little embarrassing for the potential player of the day. So
I reckon you've got it sewn up, Bobby, by the tone of your voice.
Hey, boys, I got some more mail coming through, and thank you to the Chiltern mailman. The bloke in the suit is Jace Coleman. He won a league medal in the TDFL, and guess who he's best mates with? Brody Pho. Inside 50, right on cue goes Brody. In a bit of space is that man, Thompson, looking for a goal number 4. Been very good today, has the Waffle B&F winner. Out of bounds goes the ball. There's no surprise that the one bloke who's been going for 36 hours in the venue is best mates with Brody Philo.
Absolutely no surprise.
The Rovers 80, the Magpies 55. It might be a bit too far for them. 13 and a half minutes gone. And we're just waiting for the boundary umpire to hurl this one back into play. 14 minutes gone for Maccas. Here's Panda for the Northo.
Good throw in. Both ruckmen overran it. Christie punches it forward, spills to McCarthy, tries to break a couple of tackles holding the ball. Good gang tackle by the Wangaratta Magpies. Had to make it. It was Federico, my man, the Preston Prince. Goes by hand. Melville's clearing kick is good. The wrestler, Matty Hayden. Stone Cold Steve Austin went by hand. It was a poor hand pass to Hewitt. They almost turn it over.
Barrett's down.
He is. Hayden goes out wide to Ellis. Melville's almost down as well. Really slow to get up is Squid Melville. A free kick holding the ball. Philo.
Umpire stopped the game.
I think Barrett's holding a knee, lads.
The umpire stopped the game here in the forward line. Off the play, and Cam Barrett is in a world of hurt.
Yep.
Holding his knee, as you said, Bobby J, Corowa Tiles.
And Brad Melville as well was really slow to get up from a contest. So they're the walking wounded here, the Pies in the derby. So Tilly, if you just joined us, came off the ground earlier, hobbling with a left foot. He's on the bench, looks pretty dejected. And now Cam Barrett, slow to make his way out for the Wangaratta Magpies as well. They're trailed by 25 points. They've got a massive fortnight coming up after this, Gussie. They play North Albury next, and then they play Lavington.
Cam Barrett's knee got twisted in that contest, Panda. You'll have a look at it on the Snapprint Solutions replay. It just looks really nasty from Cam Barrett, and he's taking his time coming off the ground. Bobby J, and he's still probably about 50 metres away. So the Wangaratta Magpies, they can't take a hit.
No, well, this is poor timing at its best, isn't it, really? You've just... basically cemented a finals position, and you're losing two of your prime movers.
The Rovers inside 50. Grossman made a good contest, got a crucial fist in front of the border switchboard scoreboard. 25-point lead to the Rovers still. We've played 16 minutes. Dan Vaccaro, anything for 40 Winks?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Charlie Thompson, he has been fantastic today. 19 disposals, 3 goals from him out of the midfield. And floating forward a little bit more, he has just been exquisite.
On hands and knees, ball spills out. Christie applies a tackle, another stoppage. Once again, the Rovers 12-8-80, the Magpies 8-7-55 for border switchboards. She's all bar over here at the the Wangaratta Showgrounds. Panda?
Absolutely. And now it's about what can happen for the Pies. As I said, 2 massive games to follow this. They sit third currently. They'll stay there. And then we'll await what happens next week in the second round of the split round. Boundary throw-in on the far side. It's going to be tossed back in. That umpire has had some brilliant throw-ins all day. A wonderful tap from Knowles. Sherik up around the pill. Kicks long down the far wing, looking for Laverty. Out-muscled there by Nathan Cooper, who's happy to see it over the boundary line. Dan Vaccaro, 40 Winks, what do you got for us?
Oh, Dan Sherik, it's just good to see him back. He's had the 9 disposals today. He's playing limited minutes. First game in 464 days, Panda.
We'll go to Bobby J soon. It looks like Cam Barrett's going through the old-fashioned ACL test.
Yeah, they're doing that as we speak now. It makes me nervous and anxious every time I see a footballer getting that dreaded knee test where they jolt it forward and back and up and down, and there's a bit of conversation going between, it looks like a club doctor and Barry
Aiden
himself.
Tilly looks really dejected too, Bobby J, doesn't he?
He does. I just can't quite see if he's got any ice on that foot.
2 up for the Magpies, has it at centre-half back, brings it out to the broadcast side. McQuaid and Clark. Clark and McQuaid, good one-on-one duel. Out the back of the contest, McCarthy fed it to Jace. Jace McQuaid goes inside 50. Big contest with Murray front and centre of it. Crumbs beautifully. On to Nolan. Into a bit of space to Tommy Boyd. Is that your derby? Game, set, match. The Rovers go to 2-0 in the Wangaratta Showdowns for 2025. Margin is out to 31 points. And that's all she wrote here at the Derby, Bobby J.
Yeah, Tommy Boyd's had a relatively quiet day by his standards, but that was an A1 finish. Just the effort and energy that the Rovers showed there once the ball hit the ground. There was nothing else but a goal going to result from what they produced just then. And the finish from Tommy Boyd was off the top shelf, as you expect from a player like him.
Yeah, class finish by Tommy Boyd and class finish by Wangaratta Rovers today. They've just gone from strength to strength every single quarter, and they've just been fantastic. And the real key to that was their clearance work today. It's just been far too good. 35 clearances to Wangaratta Magpies 17. So they have just mauled them out of the stoppages.
3 goals to 1 in this final quarter, and there was 5 goals to 2 in the third. Hence why they have a 31-point advantage here at the Normans Oval. Do the Wangaratta Rovers probably start them on a premiership? They've been very, very good here today. They're going to take some beating in 2025. Their clearance work and contested work is second to none. Here's Federico out of the middle, kicking into the pocket. Craven, bit of work to do against Joel Smith. Richards has been good. He kicked a couple of goals, just left the footy behind. Federico spits it out towards Richards, who left it behind. Gave it back to Federico. Long looping hand pass to Craven under pressure. Wrapped up by Parnell. And we'll have a boundary throw in on the 50 arc for the Wangaratta Magpies. Dan Vaccaro, Bobby J, who are you starting to think for our Anytime Fitness player today?
I reckon it's probably a 3-horse race for mine.
Okay, this lever's hanging. It's called a radio tease, Gus McLeod. Take it away for the Northo.
Charlie Thompson, and Charlie Thompson. Across half forward here for the Magpies. The Rovers are defended well. On to Catapan via McCarthy. Now O'Brien, he's been good. Tries to find a runner. This is Wilson. Kicks towards grass. Gee, clean bowled there was Tom Boyd. Left it behind. Nolan's on his mullet. All the dreads. They just stood him up upside down. Ball's in dispute now. Grossman tried to make amends. And we got a Rover down. Lockie O'Brien's gone down really bad here. And he's in a bit of pain. He's holding his knee as well, boys.
Yep, right knee.
God.
I tell you what, just stop the game now for the sake of the competition.
No, he's all right. He's walking away. He's running away. It's a slow jog.
Grand final, yeah.
Gee whiz.
And someone else is on their haunches on the far side.
I reckon that's
Boards.
That's Boards. Yeah, in game number 200, the Wangaratta Magpies captain. He'd just be battered and bruised, I'd say. Mickey Boarding young. Here's Hewitt. Been a real shining light for the Magpies today. Long down the line. Another bloke's down. Is that Dools?
No, it's
Laverty.
Was that contact, Bobby J, or did he just fall down?
I was watching across the other side in regard to Lockie O'Brien and a couple others over there.
Got one of the chops.
I reckon Laverty's got one where you don't want one as a male.
It looks like it's...
Where's that, Panda?
Yeah, well, it doesn't take Einstein to work it out. Christy.
You've done the radio course, Dan.
On centre wing. You've done the
codes of practice.
Yes. Christy has been good today. You say yes, Dan. We got bosses listening.
Yes.
To half forward. Melville spits it out to Chris Knowles, on to Norton. Runs in a little bit of pressure, gives it off to Federico. Goes out wide. There's a whistle. It's a downfield free kick. Wasn't much in it, but Jackson Clark has it on the far wing. Margin at 31. Rovers lead 86-55. We played 21 for Maccas. Yeah. Clark called to play on. Shallow entry, standing tall was Brody Pho. Not able to mark. Matty Hayden wrapped him up holding the ball. Umpire put his whistle to his mouth and then said no. That was holding the ball. Catapan, in fact it was Stone. Onto McCarthy. Through the middle of the Normans. Good kick finds Tom Boyd on a searching lead at half forward for the Rovers.
Wants to play on quickly. Murray's the only one he can get it to. God, that's nice.
Beautiful.
Murray just led into space with the Mawson's concrete play of the day, and the captain and the coach just linked up with brilliance, Bob.
Yeah, they were on the same page here. Tommy Boyd just rolled onto his right foot and waited for Sammy to present into a gap, and the gap wasn't that big. And how did he want it? Do you want to laces out or laces in? And he got laces out.
So here's Muzz, the coach. Can he seal the game for the Wangaratta Rovers?
This will be icing on the cake, Gussie.
And it'll be a 2 and zip cake. He's already got one today, Muzz. Can he find 2? It needs to hold its line. It doesn't. It's a minor score for the Wangaratta Rovers. 87-55 at the 22.5-minute mark. The game's over here at the Normans Oval, and the Magpies, they're going to have to lick their injured wounds. Bobby J, what's the latest on Cam Barrett, thanks to Coral Better?
Knee heavily wrapped in ice. He's done for the day. Aiden Tilly's done for the day, and I'm not sure whether Dools is going to go back or not. He's lined up to go back on, but I can't see why they would put him back on the field at this late in the day.
Laverty went to a one-on-one. Knowles slipped over. Bean tried to get out the back. The Rovers defending like their life's on the line still. Late stages of this fourth quarter. They want to ram this derby home. They're out the back here. McCarthy has options inside 50. Murray diving down low, not able to mark. Stone gave it back to Wilson. Snapping around the corner and missing for a minor score. Could have really finished them off here, the Rovers. 13-10-88 to the Pies, 8-7-55. On the Border Switchboard scoreboard, we've played 23 for Maccas.
Evolution Roofing around the ground, Dan Vacara.
The MCG is hosting Wangaratta.
Right.
Collingwood Magpies versus Fremantle Dockers. Collingwood Magpies 54 plays Fremantle 47. 1.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
The Normans is hosting Wangaratta.
That's correct.
And the Rovers.
Same colours.
88-55. The brown and gold lead. Kick from the Magpies turned over and Christie's marked it.
The Magpies won the first derby this year.
Anyone else want to chime in, Bob?
It was Damon.
Damon marked inside 50.
Yeah, good mark by big Mr. Ed. This will be a nice little reward for a solid day out. He's had a good clash with the Wangaratta Magpies duo, and this will be a nice little... he's played some really good footy the last 4 or 5 weeks, and he may be in the votes again today. Yep. He's played some good footy.
So Big Ed, got him down for 1 goal, Balake.
Yep.
Comes in, and he has missed it again. So they've been pretty inaccurate today from chances they would have liked to have taken. 89-55, the Rovers and the Maggies. The Rovers lead, and they're going to bring it out to the broadcast side, Wangaratta Magpies.
They are. Tweedale caught out the back. Here's Blake Newton with a bit of run and gun. He can pop it over the top by hand, and instead he tries to take on Cooper, and he does well, the young man. Left foot kick wasn't intended for Jasper Craven, but he marks. Goes laterally across goal. Here's Waitai Tua, who loads up from 50. Laverty's got 4 to beat. Spills out the back here. It's Marjanovic. Just ran out of teammates, the Pies. Rovers getting back in numbers. Philo, no-look handball, if you don't mind, to Lockie O'Brien. Casually bouncing in defence. He's going to flick it out wide to the Ovens River side. Here's Catapan. The Rovers are home, 89-55. They lead by 34 points. They could have really blown this one away, Gussie. They've kicked a lot of behinds in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Leading 40 winks, Stan Vaccaro.
Brody Pho is going to finish the day with 32 disposals. He has just been absolutely super. But Charlie Thompson, 22 and 3 goals for him as well, Gussie.
Been pretty good today. Chugger carrying on some good form. Big chance to win the medal this year, I reckon, Charlie Thompson.
Yes.
26 minutes gone here, 89-55. Bit of a stalemate as we head towards the full-time siren. The Rovers going to go to 11-3 in 2025, and the Magpies, they're going to move to 9-5 with a couple of wounded soldiers. Jackson Clark's being gallant today, kicks them back into attacking 50. Flying across, well done by Ledger, brought it front and centre. Nice contest formed. Sherik got a fist on it, left it behind. Now it's Tweedale. Handball missed the target in Tua. Thompson has the footy. Umpire says we'll ball it up. 50 metres out from Magpies goal. Almost 27 gone here in the final term, thanks to tyre power. And the Rovers are going to celebrate a win on enemy soil.
They are indeed. Of course, they won here on Good Friday last year. They go out wide, the Rovers. Staying down was Rigoni. He flicked it over the top of Schulte. Kick to Boyd. In fact, it was chopped off beautifully in defence by Paddy Wright, who's had some day. He had a really good first half, Paddy Wright. Goes to Melville. He goes out even wider to Ellis. The Magpies have transferred the footy from half back to half forward. Here's Clark. Tries to open up the corridor. Pops into the leading lane, and wasn't a great kick. Ed Damon working really hard in defence. Takes an intercept for the Rovers, who lead 13-11-89 to the Pies 8-7-55. Fourth quarter for Tyre Power.
It's a real eerie sense here at the Wangaratta Magpies showgrounds, isn't it, Bobby?
Yeah, it certainly is. Everyone's sort of clocked off for the day, and the results are beyond doubt at the moment.
And there's the siren, full time in the derby, and the Rovers salutes on rivals' home turf. 13-11-89, the Wangaratta Rovers to the Wangaratta Magpies, 8-7-55. It was a game that ebbed and flowed, but the story of the day is going to be the injury toll to the Wangaratta Magpies and how costly that could be in the back half of season 2025. The Rovers, after a slow first term, they were clinical for the rest of the competition and the rest of the day's play. And well, the Wangaratta Magpies, Panda, they had their chances. I think back to Aiden Tilly in that third term where he missed a couple of easy set shots and then managed to go on and pick up a foot injury. Cam Barrett's on crutches with his knee. It's really going to be a day to forget for the black and white.
It is, and their next month is going to determine where they finish in season 2025. A really hard run. The Rovers here today. They got North Albury at Button Park next up, and then they have the Lavy Panthers back here. Sides they are vying for top 3 spots for, and as Gussie said, Aiden Tilly hobbling into the middle of the ground as we speak. At least he can put weight on that left foot. That's positive signs for Aiden Tilly, although it is very, very slow. Barrett with ice wrapped around his knee, his left knee.
So the Wangaratta Magpies, if they Panda, the way the ladder is situated at the minute, if North Albury or Myrtleford win next week, you'd imagine that the Maggies will fall outside the top 3.
They'll go down to 5th.
Yep. So Myrtleford have got Corowa and North Albury have got the Raiders. So
and there's only 2% between North and Magpies.
Yep. So the Maggies could finish the round sitting in 5th spot. Bob Jackson is boundary side, and he's got Charlie Thompson, I think, making his way over, but that's your call. Bob Jackson, Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. He's starting to get used to this tag.
Yes, Anytime Fitness Player of the Day, Charlie Thompson, mate. It seems to be a regular thing, mate, catching up with you after a game, mate. Another good day today.
Mate, that was a tough one. Like, derbies are always tight. 1v3 always adds a little bit, so it was pretty hot around the ball. Cooked.
So at quarter time, was there a bit of a gauntlet throw down to the midfield group in regards to stoppages and clearances? Because after quarter time, you guys really stepped it up and dominated around that area.
Yeah, mate, I've played a lot of footy against Alex Federico over the years, and it's always a good battle, and he certainly had my measure at quarter time. Muzz sort of put it on us to be a little bit more accountable and get our hands dirty, and I think I think in these sorts of games, a bit of finals like footy, contested ball clearance is where it's won. So it was good to get on top in that area after quarter time. I think it helped wrestle it back.
The group's starting to get a fair bit of flexibility with Tommy Boyd and Nathan Cooper actually swapping into the ground. So that gives your group a nice little bit of flexibility, I suppose, going into the back half of the year.
Yeah, people forget Coops is a full-back at their VFL Team of the Year, VFL rep player. We didn't have Boydie for the first 10 weeks, and he didn't play any twos footy before he came back. So obviously it takes a couple of weeks, and we're starting to see now, the sort of player that he's been over the last few years. So just having that flexibility, and you can't understate what Ed Damon's doing in the ruck. Virtually playing, almost 100% game time. What that allows us to do forward of the ball with Will, it's really underrated.
Again, mate, well done. Congratulations and best luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
We might just see if the camera can pan over to the race, because the Rovers have lined up and the Magpies are about to chair off their champion, Michael Bordington, in his 200th game. So this is really good sportsmanship from the Wangaratta Rovers. A fierce competitor for the best part of the last 12 years has been Michael Bordington. And, of course, he is a champion of our competition, and he's getting chaired off as we speak by both clubs, which is great to see, Gussie.
Yeah, it is, and it'll be a really disappointing way for Michael Bordington to see off his 200th game. He'd be hating this right now, being chaired off. He's a no-frills operator. Yep. He's a leader that leads by example, but he'll be very, very bitter that the Wangaratta Magpies put up a subpar performance by their own standards.
Yeah, they were really good in the first half, and you're right. You hit the nail on the head, Gussie. I just can't help but think that if Aiden Tilly kicks a couple of those goals in the third quarter, where the Rovers kicked 5 and the Pies only kicked 2, he had 2 back-to-back set shots. If he kicks those, we are looking at a different game.
And I reckon the Magpies will feel like they should have led by more at quarter time.
Yep.
They only led 21-14 at the first break. They dominated the first term. The Rovers didn't really do a hell of a lot, bar Christie's goal in the first 30 seconds and Sam Murray with a consolation goal after 23. The Magpies should have been in a much better spot, and they'll feel they'll let that opportunity slip. And as Jason Heatley said to us on many occasions, if you build a strong lead early, it's very hard for an opposition team to run you over.
It is indeed. So we'll just see if we can catch the song. The Bobby Jackson for Cora Tiles will head into the Wangaratta Rovers rooms. We'll see if we can get this one for you.
We should be right down there.
Yeah, we should. In the club rooms at the Magpies, it's a bit harder. You can hear they're getting applauded. Very happy change rooms. It's always a very happy derby win.
They'll do the whole shh, won't they, Pan?
Yep.
They love it.
Look at Andrew Moyer. He is circling. He has got a recorder in front of Sam Murray, who isn't even in the race yet. Getting some quotes.
That's poor from Fred.
I don't mind it.
The song.
I don't mind it,
Panda,
Fred. They're just waiting for Sam Murray, who's slowly making his way in the rooms now. They're going to sing this nice and loud to the Rovers. 34-point winners in the second edition of the Wangaratta Derby. Squaring the ledger, it's 1-1. I can't help but think there could be another edition this year, like there was last year. Here they go, the Rovers. Yeah, they will be hard to beat in the premiership race for 2025, the Wangaratta Rovers. They move another game clear on top of the ladder. 2 strong for the Wangaratta Magpies today by 34 points. Our post-game show for Harvey Norman betting on the other side of this. We'll catch up with both coaches. We'll find out the diagnosis from a couple of those bad Wangaratta Magpie injuries as well. And we'll soak up the derby. Second edition in 2025. This is O&M Live. The Rovers 2 strong. And on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Kia, movement that inspires.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTafe, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
Every day we look after our family first. We go on adventures, we entertain with them, we care for them. Tobin Brothers Funerals will look after your family too. With a fixed price funeral plan, you can be assured your family won't be burdened by the cost of your funeral. Tobin Brothers are a trusted name since 1934 and take pride in creating funeral solutions. Tobin Brothers Funerals, Wodonga and Corowa, celebrating lives.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.